Glass that shattered, reaching through the darkness, voices trailing fast, echo of desires, a world of silence, sounds of desperation, phantoms in the shadow, softly waiting. We are starting out with a banger! I fucking love this song. It's so good. And I think before we had Wildfire too, or part of instrumental Wildfire, part of Wildfire. Anyway, hello! Happy Friday! Let me real quick. Shackles, welcome in. Fuyad, welcome in. Sven. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's having a lovely day, or night, or wherever you are. Morning, afternoon, evening brunch. I did not react to the Dan Hong trailer yet. We're gonna be doing that this stream. Honestly, I initially had planned to finish belobog today on the alt account, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that because I think there's like 2 to 3 hours left, so I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see if we can at least get to the boss fight, maybe. Also depends on how long I plan on streaming today. Yesterday was a shorter one. Today, I don't know. I am very excited to get to the Dan Hong trailer, though. Before that, however, and I mentioned this in a post that I made last night, we have something else to talk about that I don't want to linger on too long because I'm not going to go into like the whole issue. It's just something that has been on my radar these past couple days. And as someone who has experience with this exact topic, and has been very annoyed by people being dumb on the internet, fork found in kitchen. The first, like, probably like half hour of this is probably just gonna be like frustrated, annoyed ramblings of mine. The dog issue, yes. I guess I experienced a 6.7 earthquake early in the morning. 7.6 in the epicenter. Had over 300 aftershocks all around the area. Jesus. God damn. Well, I hope everyone's doing alright. Or, you know, that, like, nothing major came of it. That, like, at least people are alright. God damn. What's, like, the highest... What's the highest level? Is it, like, 9? 10? Not 9? But 6.7 is pretty high, isn't it? Or, like, on the higher end. Water. Let me get some water. Oh, God. I'm safe, everyone I know is safe, and most importantly, my PC is safe. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is good. That is lovely. That is wonderful. Anyway, something that is a little less wonderful, but I feel the need to talk about anyway. If you don't care about this whole issue, you might as well just, you know, go get a snack or something. I don't care. For me, this is just something that I've seen has been making the rounds, and as someone who has a dog, it's been very annoying to me to see the kind of bullshit people come up with. For the buildings, though, let's just say some have a new sky view. Oh. It can be beyond that, but at those levels, it's like end of the world type stuff. I see. Yeah, I remember that, like, 7-ish is pretty bad. Anyway. Not gonna go into the whole topic, not gonna talk about like every little detail connected to this whole thing. For those of you who don't know, to give like a quick recap to those who aren't caught up with it. There has been a certain streamer, a certain political streamer who has been making the rounds lately, and probably, honestly, like always is, but who has been accused by the public of dog abuse. Pet abuse. And he posted a video in response to that we're gonna check out in a second. Hassan Piker, political streamer, left, very left-leaning, some might even say too left, whatever. I don't watch the guy a lot. I watch like some of his content occasionally. I've watched like clips, and like the occasional video that he put out or like that popped up on my feed, depending on like whenever it interests me. I've never actually tuned into any of his streams. I wouldn't consider myself a fan or anything. I think a lot of the time the guy has some decent opinions, that most of them I agree with. And has been caught up in a lot of controversy over the years, a lot of which I have caught wind of, and from my research are often taken out of context or just blown out of proportion or just straight up lied about. And he made a video responding to those claims where he actually showed the clip that people have been so up in arms over that we're actually gonna watch. Because like in general, my opinion so far of the guy had been that, you know, politically, all in all, good guy. Just like the way he said he comes on or he comes off sometimes is a little like too aggressive for my taste. Like, overall good opinions, but also kind of an asshole. And there was this clip that we're gonna use this video because that is also gonna be like a little like what's it called? It's gonna help me like get through everything that I want to do a little bit better, you know, like keep track of where I am. Where there was this clip that actually, the point is that you should be able to hear the thing. That popped up on my feed a while back, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I too was pretty caught off guard by it and concerned. So this is the clip, which funnily enough came out on October 7th, and people have been making all kinds of memes about that as well, which, to be fair, they are kind of funny. But this is the original clip,
but it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential
his dog
violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
And then, you know, he goes into like people's reactions and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that clip, I too was like, oh. And the main reason is because I saw that clip and I saw the Twitter post connected to it, which I don't know if it's like shown here somewhere. Like the one specific that I saw. Yeah, like a lot of posts with like this kind of like headline, you know, like Hassan reaching for something and seemingly shocking his dog to keep her in camera view. And you know, I read the headline or whatever, or the caption, I saw the video and I was like, oh, that's bad. And people, of course, immediately jumped on it. They were like, oh my god, he's using a shock collar for his dog. He's abusing his dog. He is a horrible, shitty person. Yada, yada, yada. And heads up, this whole section is not even supposed to be about me, like, supposed to be like an attempt to like defend Hassan or whatever. Because, I mean, honestly, like that's, whichever the case, I just want the dog to be fine. But I've just been seeing, like, this is gonna be me, like, rambling a lot about, like, the impressions this clip alone gave people and the misconceptions people apparently have about dogs. Either misconceptions or willful ignorance, whichever it is. as a dog owner, as someone who has grown up around dogs, who has seen different kinds of dogs and different kinds of treatments and whatnot. And it's just annoying to see how little people know about these creatures. So, basically, this clip went viral. Hassan eventually made this response video where he talked about like what happened and addressing some of the claims that were made. Which is essentially what's happened in this clip, according to him. He talks about it here. You could, if you want the whole story uninterrupted by my commentary or unsummarized, then just go watch the video. TLDR, according to him, during that section of the stream, he was streaming, had some technical difficulties, some scuff, some internet issues, was frustrated. His dog Kaya went off the bed to according to him, or he thought, basically he was going off the bed. She was going off the bed to try and lie on the floor, which he didn't want because this dog is not supposed to lie on the floor. That's where she has her bed. He told her to get back on, and in the process of returning to her bed, she she got her nail, her dew nail, which is basically a dog's thumb. You can think of it like that. It's like the nail on the side of the paw. Got it stuck, got like startled, or like a short like pain of getting your nail stuck, and that's about it. But it's not like nothing serious, right? That's the TLDR basically. And of course, that explanation, some people, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. If you look at the clip, if you look at the clip, there is like a possibility that happened, that she just got her nail stuck somewhere like on the side here. Because I think actually I think that bed, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like it's a little elevated. So depending on how she like was moving her paw, that is definitely a possibility. And people, some people were like, okay, yeah, that could be, and many others were, of course, like, no, that can't be it, for various reasons, right? The obvious reason that, the timing of the whole thing looks horrible. He tells her to get back on the bed, then he reaches for something, or he seems to be reaching for something, she yelps, and it looks bad. And people were also like, oh, but the dog was clearly yelping. And dogs only yelp when they're in pain, or if something like bad happens. Like that was such a like spontaneous reaction. And he didn't go over to check on her immediately, which he later acknowledges that, he should have done so. And he was like stressed and stuff, and he should have just gone to check on her right away. And I don't have like the exact like tweets of like everything that people have said, because there's a lot, but the amount of claims that people have been making about about this dog, without even having like watched, I'm pretty sure that most of the people who talk about this issue probably have never really owned dogs or have never properly trained dogs, because they're like, okay, number one, the yelping thing. Like, dogs would only yelp if they're in pain, right? Like, why would a dog just like yelp like that, make a noise like that if nothing happened? They do that sometimes. I have 2 dogs, smaller dogs. They're Shih Tzu mixes. And one of them, especially, or like, this goes both ways, but yes, initially, or a lot of the time, when a dog suddenly makes like a noise that sounds like they're in pain, chances are they might be in pain, or they got startled by something. My dog, when I like, when he get like, sometimes when he gets scared by something, or when, he gets hurt, he'll make a noise. He'll make that similar noise. And that usually means that even if he didn't get seriously hurt, something scared him, something startled him. Not always, though. There's been plenty of times where both of my dogs, or well, one of them, where Bounty has literally yelped. Like, sometimes these noises come for no fucking reason. Genuinely. If you own a dog that's like a little more on the sensitive or a little more on the dramatic side, you will know that sometimes dogs make these fucking noises for no reason. There's been times when Bounty fucking yelped from someone trying to pick him up, from someone holding him and like accidentally pulling one of his hairs a little like wrongly or a little too strongly, and he yelped, and my grandma is like, oh my god, I'm never touching this dog again. I heard it, it's in agony. Right? And then there's other times when a dog is in pain and you will hear nothing. They will not make a single sound. There's been times when both of our dogs have been hurt, seriously hurt, like they were bleeding, and they did not make a peep. There's been a time a couple months ago, when I was clipping my dog's nails, when I was clipping Choco's nails, we accidentally, or my granddad accidentally, like ripped his nail, and that fucker was bleeding all over the table. Did not make a single sound. When we took Bounty to the barber at one point, the barber accidentally, cut into his ear. His ear was basically the corner of his ear was basically split, and it was bleeding and stuff. That boy did not make a single peep. That sometimes happens. A noise is an indicator of something happening, but it doesn't always have to be. That's number one. Number two, Peeper. The thing about Choco I actually talked about. And he's fine now. It was nothing big, but it looked, clearly it had to have hurt, and it was bleeding a shit ton. But he did not make a single sound. And if not for the bleeding, we wouldn't have known. Secondly, people who are like, because this dog is in pretty much every or almost every single one of Hassan's streams. I've seen clips of her around. I think she's a very cute dog. She's a very lovely dog, and people are like, well, why is this dog just lying on her bed for hours and hours on end? That's not normal. Why are you using this dog as a prop? This dog should be able to roam around freely. And keeping her confined to this little space for hours on end is very clearly a sign of abuse or being overly controlling or whatnot. To which she responds that she gets exercise, she is allowed to roam freely, and when she's on her bed, she's literally just resting. And people were like, no, that's not true. That can't be. Number one, in this case specifically, I have actually seen many clips of Kaya just roaming around and approaching him and not being there and doing her thing on stream. So that's just bullshit. But also, dogs can a lot of the time very lazy creatures, depending on the breed. I'm pretty sure this breed of dog in particular is it's a Mastiff and Saint Bernard and something mix. A couple big dog breeds who are all known for being very lazy. And according to Hassan, this dog gets 2 hours of exercise earlier in the day, and then for the rest of the day she's tuckered out, and then later on she gets another hour or so of walkies. Dogs sleep a shit ton. I don't know if people know this. Dogs sleep a lot. Dogs sleep away at least half of their life, and depending on the age, later on in life, they sleep more. Our tiny dogs, they sleep probably 18 to 20 hours a day, I would assume, and they're old. They're 11 years old now. And this dog breed, or these dog breeds that she stems from in particular, are known to be, number one, they're big breeds, and two, they're known to be lazy breeds. Saint Bernards and Mastiffs are known to not be the most hyperactive breeds. And a dog sleeping for extended periods of time, or just lying around, lazing around for hours at a time while their owner is in the same room and doing something, is very normal. That is very normal. Does every dog do that? No. But it's nothing out of the ordinary. Again, our dogs, even when they were younger, if you were sitting on the couch or something and you were watching TV or something, they would just lie around. They would just laze around and not do shit. And they're smaller breeds. They're more active breeds. And still, that's just what they do. Some dogs like to stay in one place for a long. Exactly. Some dogs just lay around for hours on end. I have two birds and one loves to stay still in one place and the other loves to move around. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And to people, and then there's, you know, like the behaviorists who try to analyze this dog's behavior and are like, see, the way she's acting here and there clearly shows that like she's afraid to leave her bed because otherwise she would be punished. And there's two things wrong with that mainly, which is number one, if you look at this dog, the way this dog is lying here, that is not. This does not look like a stressed out dog. This looks like a dog that is literally just like lazing around, you know? And you can actually see she's, you know, like moving around a little, which is, I think, is just very, very cute. Like, look at that. That is a dog at peace. That is, in my opinion, a dog at peace. Especially because Hassan is in the room, and if you are in the same room as your dog, chances are your dog's gonna be relaxed because you're there with them. Not because they fear that any moment you do something, they're gonna like turn around and be angry and scold you and whatnot, which also makes no sense because I'm pretty sure Hassan like regularly screams and is loud on his stream, and if the dog really was scared, then that alone would like wake her, like either wake her up or like cause some change in behavior, which from what I've seen, it doesn't. So that makes no sense. And there's this meme that's been going around, right? And this one in particular really frustrates me. Because this shows me that these people have never owned dogs, or if they have, these dogs are probably not doing well, and they probably shouldn't own dogs. Not with that mindset, at least. I actually should have pulled this up. I'm pretty sure if I type these 3 words, I'm gonna see it right away. Pretty sure I should probably see it soon enough. It was like a GIF of some sort. No. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Basically, there was like a meme of people like comparing Hassan, the way Hassan treats his dog to the way Hitler treated his dog, and they were like, even Hitler treats his dog better than Hassan did his, and they were like showing a meme of like, you know, the Hitler's dog versus Hassan's dog and whatnot, and showing Hitler with a dog that, funnily enough, very clearly shows like typical signs of a scared dog in comparison to this. Like they have their ears, like flattened ears, their tail almost like tucked between their legs. They're shying, like they're skimpering away from like initial touches and approaches, which are typical signs of a scared dog. Like people also think, which is so weird, like I genuinely think the people who make claims like, oh, she's scared of doing the wrong thing and being scolded or punished or whatever, I don't think these people know how dogs work. I don't think these people know that dogs aren't actors. Like, there's several clips all over YouTube and in social media where you can see Hassan and his dog, and the dog is she's not like hunched over, her tail is wagging, she is approaching Hassan willingly, she is jumping into his lap. Things that, like, a dog would not do unless they truly felt happy around their owner. When a dog is scared, you can tell. You can tell. Dogs are not fucking actors. They're not like humans who can pretend to be happy, who can pretend to be at ease and pretend to be relaxed. They don't do that. If anything, the only time you will see a dog act is when they pretend to be hurt to get attention and to be spoiled. That is generally the only time you will see a dog act. It is when they are acting out, it is when they're pretending to be scared, startled, hurt, in order to get a treat, or to get praise, or to get a compliment, or to get, like, pets or something. That is how the shit works. That is how the shit works. What are you watching? Not really watching. I have this on, but I'm not actually watching it. I'm just, we're talking about the whole, like, Hassan is a dog abuser thing, and less so talking about him, but also just, like, me as a dog owner being, like, annoyed at people being stupid on the internet and not understanding how dogs actually work and all that stuff. The only odd thing in this whole fiasco was the dog jumping the moment he looked like he reached out for something, and it isn't enough of a reason to diagnose someone as XYZ. Oh yeah, and I think he acknowledged it as well. Like, that, it looked bad. For sure. Like, the timing was really, like, really inconvenient, to say the least. For sure. But even then, and this is probably the last thing I'm going to be talking about. There's also, like, the thing where, like, people talking about, like, the alleged shock collar and stuff, and, like, he shows it off, like, on camera here at some point, and then people are, you know, of course, making more speculations about, like, oh, it's this and that model, and it's actually a shock collar, and he removed the prongs and whatnot. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm going to talk about. That's whatever. You can look into that yourself. But people who are, like, saw this scene, and at first it looked bad, yeah. But once you actually think about the sequence of events here, you quickly realize that, assume that Kaya was wearing a shock collar and that he was trying to, you know, shock her into submission or whatever, into obedience. This sequence of events would make no sense. And he would be a fucking idiot, at the very least. Because people do not seem to understand the basic principle of conditioning, of learned behavior. Right? Like, watching this whole thing again. She's stepping off her bed, and then, you know, he's addressing her, and as she is turning around, he allegedly shocks her, right? That is not how this shit would work. Conditioning, right? I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, it's a specific type of conditioning. I think I don't know the exact, like, English term for it. But basically, the way that like conditioning essentially is just like training a creature, human, animal, to respond to certain stimuli, right? There's positive and negative reinforcement. Positive is, for example, you're teaching a dog a command, you want to teach it to sit, and every time it sits, you reward it with treats, with praise, with you know, petting it, and eventually that dog will learn that, oh, if my owner tells me to sit and I sit, that's a good thing. You know, I might get something for it, or at the very least, my owner will be happy about it. They'll be proud, and that's how they learn that command. Negative reinforcement would be punishment, essentially. You try to teach a dog a move, and if it doesn't do what you want, you punish it. And there's various methods for that. There's lighter sorts of punishment, there's more severe sorts of punishment for it. But generally, it has been scientifically studied and proven that negative reinforcement, or like trying to teach by through punishment, is less effective than positive reinforcement, and it is also more risky. Because if you want to teach your dog not to do something, for example, and whenever they do it, you punish them, there is a high chance that dog will not actually, number one, that dog will eventually grow scared of you. Or they will grow scared whenever they do the thing, of course. And that might lead to a whole another subset of mental stress and anxiety and whatnot. And number two, chances are they will not learn not to enact this behavior. They will only learn to do it in secret. It's the same with children. Like if you punish a child for doing something, especially if the punishment is disproportional to the actual mistake, there's a chance that child will not actually stop doing it. They'll just find ways to do it so that you don't catch on. That is a lot of the time how things work, and dogs and pets do this as well. And if he was really trying to punish her for moving out, the punishment would have to be a reaction. It would make no sense for him to, as she is turning around to go back into her bed, then activate the collar and shock her. Because all that would do is associate the shock with her returning to her bed. And all it would do is teach her that going to her bed will lead to punishment. And she will be more hesitant to repeat that exact behavior, the behavior that he wants her to show in the future. It is the most basic principle of training and conditioning that people don't seem to understand. Like, even if you just see this clip and you're like, oh, maybe he is actually shocking her, it'd make no sense. It'd make no fucking sense. Just by the order of events, he would be punishing her for doing the right thing. Right? It is so annoying to see people on the internet go like, oh, clearly, like, just judging by the way that this dog behaves and this dog is acting, clearly they're, you know, they're scared and they're being abused and whatnot. We're like, you have one clip where, yes, the timing is very unfortunate and at first glance it looks bad, but the moment you look closer, you realize that either Hassan is suddenly trying to make her unlearn the command that he spent long time teaching her, or he's a fucking idiot. And there's no in between. And of course, also the fact that, like, why would she just do that on stream one day? You know, like, it makes no sense. I may not like the guy, but picking every single minor detail in his stream just to show how bad a person he is low and stupid. Exactly. Like, you can dislike him. That's totally fair. Again, as I said, while I agree with, like, most of his political views, I do think he's kind of an asshole. Definitely. Like, the way he words things and the way he, like, gets, like, very heated about certain topics at times, and gets ahead of himself. Yeah, for sure. Like, you don't have to like him, to know that, like, all of this is, like, people are very much just jumping on any chance to cancel this guy. But the moment you actually take a closer look at what is happening, and if you actually have experience with dogs, you will know, or you will see that this would make no sense. And if that is somehow the truth, if this somehow was him shocking her, then he would be a fucking idiot. Plain and simple. Then he would just be fucking stupid. Simple as that. Because number one, he would be showing off this whole thing to, like, thousands upon thousands of people live on stream, and number two, he would be training his dog to not do what he wants her to do, which is, you know, the place command, like going to a place and then staying there. It is God, and it is just so frustrating. Like, again, this is not even like an attempt to defend Hassan or whatever. This is just me being, like, very frustrated with, like, the amount of, like, misconceptions people seem to have about dogs and just the amount of ignorance out there. Which, you know, of course, it's the fucking internet. And yeah. And even if you have people who actually work with dogs and say that, like, yeah, so and so, like, this makes no sense. And if you look at the dog's general behavior, it seems like she acts like a well-treated dog, well-raised dog. People will still be like, no, that's not true because I say so. But anyway, I just had to get that out of the way. Just a topic that, like, it's been like, I've seen it the past couple days, and it's been annoying me personally. As someone who owns dogs, as someone who has 2 dogs that are moderately well-trained. Moderately. They're good boys, but also little shits. But who also has grown up around dogs, both big and small, so I have an idea of, like, how they work. And it is just very infuriating. Anyway, that was that. A little rant that I just want to get out of the way, because it is about a topic that is close to my heart. I love dogs. I've always loved dogs. And when I saw this at first, I definitely was, you know, like, worried for the dog because it looked bad. But the moment you actually stop and think about it, you realize that it'd make no sense. And if it was true, then Hassan would be a fucking moron. He would genuinely be so incredibly stupid. And it'd be like so unnecessary. Anyway, that's that. On another topic, more fun. Dan Hong trailer. Permansor, whatever, Terre, PT, Dan Hong PT, or as I want to call him now, Dipped. We have Dylan, we have Dipped. Let me see. I think the volume is fine. Let me know if it is. All I'm expecting, all I am hoping for in this trailer is, and I think by the title, I think judging by the title being home, we can maybe expect some emotion, some wholesomeness, some, yes. God, Amphorius really did a fucking great job at making me love Dan Hong even more. I've liked him before, but like with Amphorius, I fucking love him. And I love that we got to see that 3.6 in particular gave us more expressed trio wholesomeness. I love it. I love it. I love that I love the development of Dan Hong's character. Especially going through like belobog on the alt account now. And seeing how, you know, aloof and more reserved and stuff Dan Hong was at first, both like in like the way he speaks and also just like his mannerisms. He still like had, you know, or he already had, you know, like some of his like attitude, the back and forth with March and also the Trailblazer eventually. But it's really lovely to like see how far Dan Hong as a character has come in like expressing himself and being more open with expressing how much he cares about the Express and about his friends. God damn. Anyway, subtitles are on, and let us have a little look-see at Dan Hong Permansor Terre character trailer. Home. Ooh. As usual, I will try to watch it without pausing once, and then we're gonna go back into it. Ooh. Okay, not the start that I expected. Oh.
Do not come any closer.
Ooh. Yeah, this is an entirely different vibe than I was expecting. What the hell?
I've made my decision. I will find them.
Ooh, and the voice acting, my god! I love how it's all taking place in the train. Or the train. Jesus. Ooh. Oh, there's the theme. Oh.
Because of them.
Oh. Holy, this is... The music might not be my thing, but the visuals?
Me, Trailblazer. Path forward.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh.
I'm back.
Oh. Ooh, that's a good look. That's a good logo. That was so good. We're gonna go back. I want to go back and rewatch this and like pause a little bit. I love that. Totally different vibe from what I was expecting. I was expecting something like more, I don't know, maybe similar to, you know, the Dill trailer, like something more like, I guess, majestic or more similar in atmosphere to the animated short or something. But this was like really, it was different, but I loved it. Also, yeah, free character, by the way. Yeah, I loved that. Yeah, we're gonna go back through this because I probably missed a shit ton of details. Just like trying to keep up with both the visuals and lyrics and everything and processing and whatnot. But, yeah. So we are, God, look at that. That is the Express, and what is... Oh, chessboard. Someone can... That's probably some, like, very popular chess move that I just don't know about. Or positioning or whatever. Where are we here? Like, that's the whole Express. This is the train, or, well, this is another cabin of the train that we have not actually been in, I think. There's the photo of... Oh my god! Look at that! The babies! The babies! And Don Hong with the little party hat! Oh, that's so cute! That's so cute! And then you have him waking up in the Express, the archives, the, what is this? Well, a card, another part of the train, I would assume. God, things are going by so fast here that it's like hard to pause at the right times. Is that the same picture still? Yeah, is he letting it fall, or is it just falling? And the vines as well. The fire. The teddy bear. And there we have is she hurt here? Or like, you know, like it kind of looks like she's like that's either like a bruise or maybe dirt or something. And I'm reaching her and holding her. Oh, and is this? No, that's also Don Hong's voice. At first I thought that was Don Fung, but I think that's still Nick. And what is with this? Look at this. Like, it's a whole maze of... Well, not maze, but you know what I mean? Like, a whole network of trains.
Do not come any closer.
And this transition, goddamn. Soaring dragon without restraint. Even your memories will fade. Is that still... I think that's all Don Hong. Or that's all, at least Nicholas's voice. Your memories will fade. Hold on. Oh yeah, and the burning picture. Ooh, hold on, let me get a close-up of that shot right here. Come on. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. And is that... Wait, what is... Is this just like a... What are these, like, the golden lines? What do they make? It looks like kind of a helmet, sort of, ish. From High Elder of the Past Age to Soaring Dragon without restraint. Danny Boy came a long way, yeah. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle reference? I have never watched Demon Slayer, I wouldn't know.
No more words are needed. I've made my decision. I will
And the voice acting is so fucking good. And there they are. There they are. You've already... God. I assume these are like... just Dan Hong's like inner doubts. About, you know, like him or whether he still or already or even at all belongs with the rest of the Express. Especially, as I mentioned earlier, knowing how distanced he was at first. And how he's slowly but surely been opening up. And now he is definitely more open with his emotions than he used to be, which I personally love. I love characters like these. I don't mind the quiet stoic type, but I'm always a sucker for characters just being open about how they feel, especially if it is characters who seem also... Mighty is another example, right? Characters who seem like... It's the Gap Moe. That's it. It's the Gap Moe. Characters who seem all like, you know, calm and collected and stoic and reserved, but who will not shy away from expressing how they feel and being affectionate in their own way and just being honest. I love that. Oh, and I didn't catch that at first. It's just him remaining. The other two burned away. It's just him remaining of the picture. And again, as I mentioned the first time, you can hear like the summer. I will never be able to pronounce that title right, but the theme, I'm just gonna call it Dan Hong's theme, play in the background, like the first couple notes. And look at the visuals in this one are so stunning. They're so stunning. God damn. Yeah, it's like the train crashed, I think it looks like. I didn't even catch that at first. It's Stella holding his arm back. Oh. And then of course all of them putting their hand on him.
Because of them, I have never lost my...
Oh. Ooh, the transition here.
Because of them, I have never lost...
From regular Dan Hong. With the golden blood and everything and the core flame, I think it was also. God. And the shot in a second where there you can see all versions, his past, his future, well no, his past, his present, and well, his current present, his future, whatever you want to call it. And with the also Dan Hong with the golden eyes looks so good. He looks so good with golden eyes. Oh. And then we go back. Oh yeah, also someone did say it earlier. There was a mini Dromas. A mini Dromas with the card. A baby. And there they are waiting for him.
I'm back.
Ah! The I'm back gives Mother I'm home. Like same energy. Oh. I heard Dan Hong is the avatar of HSR. I mean, we literally only need like what? We only need fire. We have wind, we have, well, technically water with Dill. Now we have earth. We only need fire. Give us like fire, I don't know, Fire Harmony or something. Give us 2 DPS, 2 support. Can I say something? I saw someone make a post about on YouTube about Dan Heng after watching the trailer. They said that Dan Heng has an unhealthy attachment to the Astral Express, which made me think, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can never take those that call this design lazy. Seriously, I mean, I assume you mean, like people hate character growth or what? Listen, Dan Heng's character design is, call it lazy, whatever you want, but it fits. It's simple enough that it fits his character, and it combines both his 5-star and 4-star and 5-star version, which without context, you could say like, oh yeah, that's just lazy. It's just, you know, like a mishmash. But it makes sense. I don't mind simple designs if they make sense. The longer you look at it, there's still enough setting him apart from his other 2 outfits. But yeah, Fuya, what you said about Dan Heng having an unhealthy attachment to the Express, it's a possible. Yeah, I can see that for sure. And again, it makes sense because they were the ones to essentially, you know, pick him back up after he lost everything and he was on the run and he had nowhere to go, and they just welcomed him and treated him as one of their own. So it makes sense for sure. But yeah, anytime, I mean, this man is just a whole fucking yearner. This man is just the yearnest of yearning yearners. Like, if I'm in a competition and this man is my opponent, I'm throwing in the towel, second one. I have no shot. I would have no shot. And personally, I love that. But I can also see, it can definitely be... I mean, we know that if Dan Heng ever had to choose between the safety of the Express and his companions and the fate of an entire world, I would not put it past him to choose his family. I fully believe that this man may very well abandon entire civilizations and worlds just to save the Astral Express. For sure. I talked to a guy who said that it would be good for Dan Terray to be infected by Mara and Evernight to be a march with ice covering her body. And I was that guy apparently likes to suffer. Even I don't like that much suffering. They were at the start of his journey of healing and finding himself, so why not wait? Or they were the start of his healing. Yeah, like, it makes sense for Dan Heng to be, like, so... Would I call it codependent? I mean... Maybe. But it makes total sense for him to be so attached, you know? They are all he has. Or not all he has, but you know, he cares about them more than anyone else. Lenny, welcome in. You are a little late, but it's fine. We just finished watching the trailer, and now we're talking about Dan Heng. Didn't miss much else. Yeah, the safety of his family is the safety of his world. They are his world. And exactly, Fuyat. I do like the similarity there with Dan Feng, which we also saw in the 3.6 quest, where Dan Feng asked him how much he was willing to sacrifice for his companions, and he just straight up, you know, he said everything. He would without hesitation lay down his life for them. God, I love Dan Heng. I'm probably gonna update the tier list. The character tier list that I made around 2.7. I'm gonna update it once we finish, or right before we start, probably 4.0. And I'm gonna have to move Dan Heng up a bit, because my god. Did you see the Genten trailer? Oh, I watched the live stream earlier before I went live. My god is all I can say. Dear fucking god. 6.1 is gonna be absolutely stacked. And the 6.1 is gonna be amazing. Oh yeah, for sure. Like Finon and Dan Hong gotta be like Amphoria's Finon, Dan Hong, and you know what? I would throw up Ceridra as well. Well, no, well, Amphoria's has so many fucking yearners. Finon is a yearner. Dan Hong is a yearner. Ceridra and I feel like Ceridra honestly more than High Sealants even. Ceridra, yearner. Mighty is a silent yearner. Mighty yearns for Finon even when Finon doesn't fucking exist. Like, goddamn. Cypher? Would I call Cypher a yearner? Not to the same level. What does yearner mean? A yearner is like... I mean, I get someone who yearns a lot. Some, like, imagine, like, I get a simp of sorts. They just yearn a lot. Celery? Celery? Is that there too? I agree. Amphorius is full of yearners. Like, goddamn. As much as Ceridra, I can assure you of that. I mean... Just going off of 3.3... I don't get that impression. But I haven't read her character story, so there might be more there, or, you know, her voice lines and stuff, so I'm not discrediting that. Aglaya as well. Aglaya also a real fucking yearner. Dude, for High Sealants? Absolutely. Mighty for sure. The scene of him literally staring, like, the scene of him staring up at Kefali in 3.5. God damn. Yearn Furious. I love it. I love it. I also really like, again, I really like this logo. I like the maple leaf here too. Love it. Beautiful. Anyway, I realize that I have not even booted up the game yet. I should probably do that. Wait, how do you play version update? Later. Do that later. I should open up the game. Let me, just in case, real quick. Just to be safe here. Cypher yearns for a calm life. That's as yearning as Aglaya, I think. Okay, if you're talking about that, I meant like specifically for other characters, for people. If you're going that general, then like we have even more yearners, yeah. Let me see, let me full screen this real quick. There we go. And there we go. The Dolos kitten yearns for the coins. I don't know if I would say Ceridra is a yearner unless she's yearning for space. Ceridra, I think, is a yearner. I definitely think she can be considered a yearner, especially if you look at like her trailer, like having a lot of High Sealants in it. Her ripping out, basically like ripping out her heart, and what was it, like the scene of her ripping out her heart and holding, instead of her heart, she holds High Sealants in her hand, and High Sealants at the end supporting the, what was it, the queen piece, the king piece? I think it's the queen piece, chess piece, and her talking, like her asking Sarini for a page. I think it's like the as I've written page for the Scale Gorge waterscape to, even in her death, even in face of her inevitable doom, gift Ceridra like the ocean, essentially, even if just in the form of memories. I would definitely consider her a yearner. On the lighter aspect, have you seen the memes of Legus as Sarini and how the VA of Legus? Yes, I have seen. I have seen Lyrini, Cyregus. I have seen. And I have heard. I think it's really funny that Blythe is so on board with it. I think it's amazing. By the power of friendship and Yuri! Okay, let me see. We go back to Europe. Eligusia. I should probably turn the volume up. I also need to switch the track. Oh god, I need to make this louder. Actually, did they fix the thing yet where if you turn your regular volume down, the cutscene volume will also be lower? Did they ever fix that? Because last time I checked, they didn't. Also, Argenti being an M4 is kind of canonical at this point, thanks to Midas VA's live stream. Oh yeah, because Talon voices, what's it, Europon? Lyrini made me wish I could Kaslana myself. I guess I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I'm gonna swap over. Music. Swap to Star Rail. Okay, there we go. He is everywhere. Technically, he's been there since 3.1. I am still way overcapped on stuff on EXP, and as you can tell, or is it? It has been a while. It has been a while since I last logged. Oh, actually, that's good. Which one do I choose? This one we get for free. I have this one already. Honestly, this one is pretty decent. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one. The Yukon Icon is honestly pretty good. How much longer until second half? 4 days and 20 hours. 4 days, 20 hours. Next Wednesday should be. Anyway. Because we've already spent an hour, we've already been live an hour, let's not waste too much time and just get straight into the story. We ended. Okay, I gotta go back here because I don't want to swap again. We ended here with oh, right. Oh, well, let me get that first. With trying to get deeper into the Fragmentum Zone. Fragmentum Zone? Yeah, don't mind me, guys. Yeah, you do that. Well, I'm gonna have to fight them either way.
Any fish taking the bait?
I may not have Kaslana or a stealth character, but that's fine. I don't need him. After 3.6, the menu song hits so different. The menu song? Which menu? Okay. We're gonna go. And look who's here! Okay, we're going right into the
Serval. It really is you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn the volume up after all. Maybe I do it like this.
Wait, Japard, listen to me.
When the sentry reported to me,
Okay, that should work.
I thought there must have been a misunderstanding. The
Little
enemy
fighter.
alarm had to be
Oh, the main menu song? Yeah, understandable.
Zone. Perhaps the intruders had taken you hostage. And yet... Step away from the intruders, Serval. Walk over slowly and stand behind me. You're different from them.
God. Remember how much of a bitch Japard was there?
Have an understanding.
I mean, he was,
with them.
you know... Indoctrination is a strange thing. It's a horrifying thing.
Just a few. I'll explain every...
Enough, Serval.
I miss Japard.
Have you forgotten where we are? We Landows ought to know this place better than anywhere. The outer reaches of the front line against the Fragmentum. Belobog's most strategic protective fortress. Every Silvermane guard here, every person here, is ready to sacrifice themselves. Ready to spill their blood for Belobog at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Yet here you are, leading fugitives into the restricted zone. Attacking my Silvermane
God, she's so
comrades
pretty.
in arms.
God, he's so pretty.
hijacking
God,
the
they're so
energy
pretty.
hub. Are you really worthy of the Landau name?
Why do you think I've come here? We found a way to dispel the eternal freeze, to seal the Fragmentum. It might be the only lifeline this world has left.
If that were true, why wouldn't you report to Madame Cocolia? Why would
I
you
wonder
sneak
why.
into the restricted zone and create chaos?
You don't understand. The one preventing us from getting close to the truth is Cocolia herself.
You have all seen the Supreme Guardian in person. Do you think you can act as
God,
you
it is
because she didn't recognize your version of events?
pre-development Japard.
Listen to me, Japard. The origin and spread of the Fragmentum is linked to the Stellaron. The meteorite in the Architect's records, it's...
I know about the Stellaron. It's exactly what the fugitives behind you are seeking. But the Madam Guardian has already revealed the truth to me. These people have ulterior motives, Serval. They want to steal this treasure from the Architects. The Madam Guardian has warned me before.
All right,
that
Zayla's
you were
here too, I
indulging
forgot.
in fantasy, that you'd been exposed to forbidden knowledge, and that you would bring
Forbidden
destruction
knowledge
down
mentioned?
upon Belobog.
Topical as we
I
are going back to
believe you,
Sumeru in
Serval.
6.1.
I believe you think you're acting with loyalty to the people. It's just... Guards, formation. Arrest these people.
Do I have
Because
a... What's my
inundated
team right now,
into
actually? I think my
monsters
team
at
might be a
any
little
moment.
inconvenient.
Have no time to waste on them.
Now that I think my team might actually be a little inconvenient for
Seal the truth within.
battle, but it's whatever.
Cocolia's afraid that we'll seize on this knowledge, that the truth will spread far and wide. To save the world, we must risk it all. I've said my piece. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. Regardless, you should know by now your sister's never been one to back down. If there's something or someone you can't abide, you should stand up and resist. And if there's something you uphold, you should uphold it to the very end.
Well said. Think thrice, Japard. What happened to brainwaves? Think
Save your
thrice.
explanation for the judge. You are charged with sabotaging
You need to think
the Silvermane
once.
Guard restricted zone. In my capacity as captain, I hereby order that these fugitives be arrested. This isn't like our childhood game, Serval. You won't get any leniency from me.
The barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero, Japard.
Didn't I tell you? All our negotiations end in combat.
It's fine. We're good. Probably. What's my team again? That's fine.
Scratch.
That's fine. Could be worse. Could be worse, assuming that all of them have their stuff.
Time to play a tune.
Could be worse.
Be intoxicated.
Time for an overhaul.
We're good.
Nap time.
Stay focused. Take courage.
I'm okay. Don't let waves open your throat.
Let me see. Bam.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the
God,
heavens.
the battle.
And I'm
The
not
battle
such-
voice lines are always so fucking loud.
Rules are made to be broken.
All right, one. Bam. Then one. Oh, never mind. That's it.
This guy knows how to put up a fight. I've never come up against anyone this relentless.
He just won't go down.
He's as stubborn as I am. It could be an argument or a fight. He'll do both to the death. That's why he bugs the heck out of me. That's enough, Japard. Take a look around you. You're the last man standing.
Na 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 na
Even if I
na
am.
na.
I won't yield.
We don't need you to. We don't need you to yield. Please yield. Brainwaves? Anyone? Please yield.
We don't want you to yield through force of arms. That wouldn't be a victory for us.
Yeah, our goal is the same as yours, Serval's and Branya's. We just want to preserve this world. There's no reason to turn against each other.
Japard, brother, surely now
Brother.
you can see the need for pragmatism. Even if you don't believe my outsider friends, you should believe me. Maybe I've wasted your trust. In which case, believe Branya.
Lady Branya?
Write the letter. Rigor.
There's nothing more to say, Japard. The decision is yours.
As a captain of the Silvermane Guards, I am duty-bound to carry out the orders of the Supreme Guardian.
Mm-hmm. We could decide for you. Final answer.
But Lady Branya is the commanding officer for the front lines.
There we go.
According to military protocol, if the frontline directives of the commanding officer clash with those of the architects behind the lines, a soldier must remain at their post and await further directives.
I forgot about the whole brainwaves thing. It's still funny. Nice interpretation of the rules, dude.
For the
I love
Silvermane
him.
Guards, the Guardian's orders are paramount and absolute. But there is something of equal importance in the oath we take.
The people of Belobog.
If we lose the people, we lose the reason for our existence. Our fight with the Fragmentum monsters is for the sake of preservation. But our fight with you? I fail to see the purpose. If you are truly able to prevent our endlessly unfolding misfortunes, then the people of Belobog are indebted to you. But if you are using lies to mask your true intentions, using my sister and Branya for your own ends, I swear by Klapoth that I will carry out your punishment without an ounce of mercy.
Because I was talking over
I promise you.
Because I was talking over him as he said that, instead of I will carry out, I heard I will kill you all. Like, whoa, buddy. Easy there. I mean, I get it, but easy.
You are a skilled fighter. Your combat style is nothing like that of the guards.
Regardless of what you believe, these guys have been a great help to the underworld. Many people would vouch for them.
I'm sure. If you want to advance further northward, we must traverse an area entirely corroded by the Fragmentum. It's the only way to get to the snow plains. The guards can give you some time before the next wave of attacks is upon us.
Alright. Yeah, it is really good. Let's talk first. Anyone else? Only these two? Okay.
I gotta admit, I had a lot of misunderstandings about the Silvermane Guards. They're fighting for survival here every day, just like Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is we're making a stand for freedom, while they're just carrying out orders.
That's why we have to try and put ourselves in their shoes.
Put ourselves in their shoes? Easier said than done. Everyone has their struggles, but how can we understand them if we can't even see each other?
Do you understand Branya's struggles?
Of course I do. I've understood them for a while now. But as far as I can tell, she doesn't need other people's understanding. She needs to understand her own heart.
No, but I still don't understand, accepting the fact that Japard is said to be the strongest in Belobog and not Zayla. I mean, Zayla is strong, but also Japard is equally strong. You know, like, they're, if nothing else, they're at least equal. You know? And like Zayla has speed, but Japard has just the endurance. And he also has good reflexes and everything, you know?
I think I can already hear the storm on the other side of the
Like, people
city
forget.
walls.
I feel like it's part of it is definitely like Japard.
I hope Serval's
What's it called?
That supreme lunatic better not have harmed
Like-
Branya.
A part of it is definitely just because of Depart's gameplay. You know, like him being a standard character and not being like the best or the strongest gameplay-wise is definitely to blame for this. But people forget that Depart is really fucking strong. Like he at least on belobog, he is really fucking strong. Like there is a reason he is in his position. I feel like that is with a lot of characters that aren't like, you know, like emanators or characters like Acheron or whatever, it's easy to forget. People equate gameplay strength to lore strength. A lot of the time, except for characters like Sampo, where, you know, people know that there's more to him. But characters like Japard, for example, I feel like they underestimate him. Even though it's been proven that, like, he is incredibly strong.
You see? Brothers and sisters need to have a scrap once in a while to get back on good terms.
It's not even just power creep, it's just, like, the way these characters are built. You know, Japard is a standard character, a standard preservation character. We have others, you know. And, like, sure. He might not be emanator levels of strength, but on belobog, he is probably, like, at least one of the strongest out there. Definitely. For sure. Sorry for getting you involved in this.
Enough apologizing. My ears can't take anymore. Honestly, this would have happened sooner or later. You just gave me an excuse to bring everything forward.
So this is how brothers and sisters normally coexist?
What's wrong with a bit of violent coexistence between siblings?
Yeah!
Seems pretty normal to me.
Sure.
I'm pulling your leg. Since I left the military, my brother and I have always steered clear of certain sensitive topics. Thinking about it, perhaps he's just been looking out for my feelings, shielding me all along. Knowing my temper, my brother almost certainly went to great lengths on many occasions for me. I should be thanking him.
Let the Stellaron hunt begin.
Let's do this. I may never have come face to face with it, but this Stellaron cost me a nice, stable job. It's time to get even. Actually, I have another selfish motive. I want to prove to Cocolia that I was right. Once we've taken care of the Stellaron, maybe she'll go back to where she was.
About that.
Sorry, hardly the time for me to be obsessing over all this. As I mentioned, if we want to progress further north, we're gonna have to
I wouldn't say out, more...
hell.
Wait. More in?
Still,
Wait.
look at it this way. Just another arena to showcase our skills, right?
Also, yeah, hi, Zealand's talking to Zela. It's fish-to-fish convo.
If you're ready to get on stage, let's push for
There
that
are stronger
standing
people out
ovation.
there, but he's probably the strongest in here. Okay, yeah, phrasing. Yeah. Like, on belobog, he is definitely... Like, he's at least top 3 of the strongest people in belobog. For sure. Like, even now, like, it took... Like, we were fighting him with Serval, Zela, Dan Heng, and March, and he was still... And, you know, the Trailblazer, and he was still standing by the end of it. At the start, like... At the start of the quest, like, this man tanked our attacks like it was nothing. You know, like, sure, we won the gameplay fight, but in reality... Bro tanked us like it was nothing. And even now, he was probably holding back because he didn't want to actually, you know, seriously harm his sister. That we know of, since we don't know how truly strong Sampo is. Wait, are there no pictures? Wait. I don't get that message. Might just be me. I don't know. Anyway, let's go.
As soon as the restricted zone gate is open, the monsters on the other side will turn out in full force. The guards will do their best to stall them and buy you some time. Once you've broken through the front line, there's nothing more we can do for you. You'll have to find out for yourselves what lies within the northern fragmentum.
We're fine. We'll be fine.
So, have you made up your minds?
Wouldn't say like it's nothing. It very clearly showed that he was left to spend after the fight. Oh yeah, I mean the earlier, not this fight. The start when we first met him and stuff. Like that one, he was not phased at all. I'm pretty sure, didn't he just, like, eradicate March's arrows with, like, one move? Alright, we're ready.
Understood. Keep your weapons close. This will be a fierce fight. Guards, open the gate.
Either way, Japard, incredibly strong. And
Are you dealing with attacks?
I would even argue he is stronger than Zayla.
It's a common occurrence.
Or at least as strong
Guards,
as Zayla.
Formation.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I don't owe the guards any favors when this is done.
Oh, I had it for you. I mean, Hook? I mean, Hook? I mean... I mean... to be fair... for universal peace!
Here they come.
Steel yourselves.
Alright, more fight. Can I auto this?
In the abyss's revels, your cries rise. You won't get away. Be intoxicated.
I mean, to be fair, Hook is definitely the strongest child out there.
Think with me.
Like, or in belobog, for sure.
You won't get away.
How many of them are there?
Damn, exactly 1,000.
The more the merrier. These guys are nuts. Your cries alive. You won't get away.
Well, there we go. Speaking of
Told you,
Japard and
Japard,
strength.
The barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero.
This is only the first wave. They'll have reassembled soon. I have to.
Hey, Mr. Silvermane, listen to your sister. I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't fully recovered.
And even then, he was still holding us off. Not forever, but he was doing it.
Outsiders. Zila, the second wave hasn't started yet. Make the most of this opportunity and make a break for it.
Huh? Serval, aren't you gonna look for the Stellaron with us?
My brother can't hold them back by himself. He wasted a lot of energy on us. He's my responsibility now. Besides, if I'm not here to help, I don't know what might happen in the next wave. I want to go with you. I do. I always wanted to catch a glimpse of the Stellaron with my own eyes, and now it's so close that I can't abandon my brother and the other guards. I'm a Landau. It's up to you now. I believe in you. You've given me new hope.
Hell yeah.
Get hold of the Stellaron before Cocolia realizes what's happening.
Charge! He's so stupid.
Hey, March. Don't forget to take a picture of the Stellaron for me.
Say no more. We're good at this. Don't worry.
Alright, let's go. At a leisurely pace.
Fragmenting
Alright.
activity is intensifying.
I forgot we saw
Something's
back to them for a bit.
happening on Urilo 6. Shouldn't we go down there, Himiko?
Have faith in them. Besides, this is his first trailblazing expedition. How will he be able to look back fondly without a few twists and turns? Are you bored, Welt? I understand. But we have lots of opportunities ahead of us.
Well, not
Let's
yet,
make
you
the memories
don't.
of this expedition for them.
So you think they'll be safe, right?
Yes. We haven't seen any Eon or Emanator level imaginary reactions. Relax. This is a young person's adventure. We shouldn't interfere. At most, we could offer a little off-site assistance.
No. Compared to this, the course we saw in Bach pales into insignificance. There's a restless atmosphere here. I thought this was voiced. Apparently it's not. I feel like there are a lot of eyes staring at us. Serval said that the Stellaron was very likely hidden in the snow plains north of Belobog. If we want to get there, I'm afraid we'll have to find the exit to the Fragmentum maze first. Yeah, a lot of opportunities. I'm pretty sure. Himeko has left the train once. That's something. Veld has been there a bit. You know? It's like there are insects under my skin. Oh god. Really. So it is hard, and the stronger the fragmentum contamination, the closer we are to the source. Hot-blooded trailblazer.
Be careful. Think twice before you interact with anything in the Fragmentum.
Doo-doo. This is Bronyas. Could she be here too? She must be. This can't be a coincidence. Quick look. Right, this whole thing. Why is this not voiced? Kind of echo. Some type of residual energy replicated by the Fragmentum. Which means they were definitely here, right? And it looks like they went that way. Yeah, let's go. Delicate snow globe. Can we talk? Oh, yep. You still haven't told me what this place is, Mother. 700 years ago, this was Belobog's northern border and the site of an ancient battle. Here is where Elisa Rand led the first Silvermane guards in resistance against the Legion. Now it is nothing more than an abandoned corridor, filled with the sounds of old world echoes. Don't let its fragmented appearances fool you, Bronya. On the day this promise is fulfilled, these ruins will become the breeding ground of a new world. Mother, do you truly believe the Stellaron's promise? It summoned the blizzard beyond our walls and opened the door to the Fragmentum. It destroyed our civilization. And yet, the crime of our ancestors was their inability to embrace that destruction sooner. Not coldish at all. Himeko left like twice, once during the whole IPC stuff and once during True, she did go to Belobog once and then she showed up in Penacony. She helped us out there. True. But yeah, like they've both been there, but they haven't been doing much, you know. I do want them to get more, at least one of them to get more spotlight in 4.x. From the moment those intruders descended from beyond the sky, this world was handed a death sentence. But the Stellaron has reserved for us a thread of hope. There is a price to pay for new life, wiping away every decaying vestige of the old world, renouncing the meaningless and lingering struggle. This is the price the Stellaron demands. When the promise is fulfilled, When the promise is fulfilled, Bronya, no longer will we have to squander our lives guarding this wasteland. You and I will witness the new world rise from the ruins. Yeah, I mean, with Himeko, people are like, you know what, maybe stay on the train. Maybe stay. How to get past? I spilled water on myself! Ah, it's cold! I spilled cold water on my leg. Senso has adventurous days. Fox, welcome in! Hope you're doing well today. The gate didn't move an inch. Other units around. Clearly over design to get through. Let's go. Yep. Let's go, go, go. Go, go, go. Next unit. Yep. See you too. Let's go.
Any fish taking the bait?
Oh wait, that's a puzzle. Yeah, it's fine. There we go. While we're at it... Which way are you going? Oh. Well, you stay there. Actually, wait, I need to move the thing. Never mind, I don't need to move the thing.
Any fish taking the bait?
Too dangerous to operate the... Okay, fine. I guess we'll fight.
Be intoxicated. You won't get away.
And done.
The delightful feed ends. Fun day.
That's 2. Get fished, get fished. Also le... Oh god. Wait. Wait. Le poulet est dans la bois. What does bois mean again? I forgot. But French. But le poulet, welcome in. Or just poulet. Whichever it is. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. What? What? Is it pronounced what? Huh. What does what mean again? It's been... My French vocabulary has taken a hit. Box? Ah. Right. Let me do this real quick. Okay, there we go. I'm never doing well. Well. Chickens in the box, here to serve you. You know what? Hey. It's a name. It's a name. Behind that gate. Yep. Alright, I'm not reading this because this is just go here and do this and go there and do that. How are you? I am doing fine. Where do I gotta go? Wait, where are we right now? We're here right now. We can go there, we can go there. So... Counter. For now. I think... That's one of them, yeah. Up. Boom. New calyx. Fragmented phenomenon is a... better check on Mr. Young. Wait, which one is this? I do love how, like, anytime we discover something new, we're like, Mr. Young, what is this? In space, fragmented cabin of corrosion. Oh, right! I forgot I hadn't unlocked the relic calyxes yet. I forgot. Doesn't matter right now yet anyways, but...
Think with me.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and
Oh,
I'm
no
no
exception. The delightful feed ends.
Alright, one more. That is a 7 at the start of my UID, indeed. I want to ask you a question. Ask away. Do you still remember those dreams you mentioned to us? Oh yeah, the fragmentum, or the Stellaron dreams. I need you to try. See if you can recall the voice you heard. Close eyes and meditate. You try to recall the dreams. As your train of thought deepens, the voice comes to you. Danger approaches. Oh, death approaches. You must eradicate once and for all. A voice calling out to the Cocolia. It knows we're getting close. Just repeat what I heard. Yep. Yep. Stellarons can communicate. I've never heard about that before. Have we had anything... I wonder when or if that's gonna happen in Amphorius. If it hasn't already. Because we know there is a Stellar. Either there is a Stellaron in Amphorius, or Lygus / whoever is simulating a Stellaron to do his thing. Whatever. My calcs are correct. 1 + 1 = 2 minus... 1 + 1 = 2 minus 3 = 7. Okay, anyway. Very good. Very well, that is math. It's math. It's not correct math, but I guess it is math. Kind of start on their body. The Stellaron has already warned Cocolia. And Bronya may well be the bait. You should earn the money, but if we guessed right... There's no way back anyway. At least Cocolia won't catch us off guard now. So what? So what if it's an ambush? We're not about to lose now. Alright, let me... 1 chest.
How about exchanging this?
And 2 chest. That's the wrong way. Nope, that's the right way. Wait. Is this a way? That's a way. This is the one that we already got. So we turn this again. Turn counterclockwise, and then we just go back around, and then we go, and then beautiful. Leave. Okay, hold on. I need to... Okay, get the water off my desk. We just go back around and round. Can I just... No, of course not.
Think with me.
Bum, bum.
You won't get away.
And goodbye. Alright, last one. Actually, I think we could... I think we can get to the boss fight today. It might not be as long as I remember. We should be getting fairly close. Oh, treasure.
Will it too be moved by the...
Sure are. The fragmentum here seems to have made a special connection with Cocolia. It's repeatedly generating forms in her image. I don't understand. Even if the truth is as you say, every generation of Guardian has resisted the call of the Stellaron. Can all of them have been wrong, Mother? Do you still not see, Bronya? There is no right or wrong here. Some of them acted out of human pride, others out of human short-sightedness. Our ancestors, including Elisa Rand, spent their whole lives trying to prolong the civilization. Then, after all fell still, their memories were scattered by the blizzard. They spent lifetimes writing songs of praise that lauded the bravery of humanity, but couldn't spare the time to gaze up into the stars. To those entities of greater magnificence in the heavens above, 1,000 years is but a passing moment. The attainment of insignificant beings is nothing more than a footnote. I shall not follow the Guardian's misguided steps down that blind alley of narcissism. If persistence is futile, then one must choose a new beginning. But Qlipoth, the Preservation, are they not one of the magnificent entities you speak of? Is it not their strength that has sheltered Belobog this entire time? Has the Preservation ever looked humanity in the eye? Has Nanoka has looked one of them in the eye. Not a human per se, but... Oh, they've looked. The real voice of magnificence. Uh-huh. Sure. Pretty sure we listened to this one already. So on and on we go. Unopened world. Must have been supplement guards for their weather a long time ago. Valuable information here, since we don't have time to look for it. Okay, I think that one has a physical weakness, so we should be fine. Let's get it. Yep. That one should be physical. Yep.
Easy there. Let it spin a little.
We are fine. Oh, I can't auto this. Right.
Time to play a tune. Be intoxicated.
I'm not sure.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Let's make it quick. Rules are made to
Automate to be broken. And that should be it.
Your cries rise. You won't get away.
That should be it. There we go. Chad Norris? I forgot that's an achievement. Didn't know it was a product of Fermentum. I think we were fighting a human. Unlike those random lower-level Fermentum creations, this one seems to have a mind of its own. It seems to be able to use complex tactics. The voice is getting clearer. Okay. Ooh. This is where the first Guardian led the Silvermane Guards into battle. She made huge sacrifices for the sake of temporary respite, whatever. But the otherworldly legion did not tire. She soon realized that flesh and blood could not contend with so ruthless an enemy. When all was nearly lost, she chose to set her sights on the Stellaron and made the first wish. As for what came later, you know as well as I. You? Ironic, no? All the Stellaron did was answer humanity's call, and yet we kept its existence a closely guarded secret for centuries. Even going so far as to attempt to use it to control the Stellaron. Woeful. Laughable. It. Something created using otherworldly technology. An inhibitor that the IPC from the old world and the architects attempted to use to house the Stellaron. I know you have many questions, my daughter. Be patient. Soon you will have all the answers. God, I don't fucking like Cocolia. Man, I don't like Cocolia. Puzzle, not now. Oh, don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. My god, I forgot that this entire section is unvoiced. Wow. Intruders. You cannot approach. Out of the way. Oh, fight. Oh yeah.
You go no further.
Are you sure this is
I see that Evernight got her How to Be a Villain guide from Cocolia because they sure are both mid as hell. I mean, I like Evernight more. To be fair, like... You done? To be fair, like... Evernight... I like much more than Mark because Evernight is not straight up evil. Evernight is not straight up evil. I mean, to be fair, Cocolia isn't like straight up evil either. But like with Cocolia, it was her basically, you know, being like played, I guess, by the Stellaron and, you know, being like enticed by the Stellaron. With Evernight, that was like her own desire to, quote, protect Marge. It's different, but I definitely like Evernight much more. I like Evernight's obsession more than I like Cocolia's, you know, Stellaron thing. Yeah, another one onto the list of quote, belobog was peak HSR. Yeah, Cacolia was corrupted. Pumpkin, welcome in! Also, yeah, I do realize I'm probably gonna have to swap out someone. I'm probably gonna swap out High Ceilings for Serval. Once we get to the actual boss fight, because
Tremble before my power.
no physical weakness.
Be intoxicated.
Time for an overhaul.
Well, damn.
Time for a shot.
Damn.
Freeze to death. The
Oh, you
eternal
bitch.
breeze will bury you. Offer you a requiem. Think with me.
I have something for you. Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
In the abyss's revels, your cries rise.
May you hide here? You may.
Nap time.
You may hide.
Judgment of eternal winter.
I'm just gonna preemptively. Yep.
Just a little
fine.
something. Think nothing of it.
And also, Pinky, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today.
My thanks.
Time for an overhaul.
Enough? Enough.
You won't
Perfect.
get away.
This is our chance.
The world that they brought.
Beautiful.
She disappeared.
Oh, voices again.
Those stairs.
The voices, they're
Only
back.
way forward.
Wherever they lead, it must be the end of the journey.
I don't want to get to the end so soon. I want my journey to go on forever.
Honey.
This means that Bronya is up ahead. And so is the fate
It's
of the
fine, so I'll take
overworld
it.
and
You know what?
underworld.
That's fair.
It's all in our hands.
There is unfortunately no hug command. Maybe I should make one. I don't know. I should mess around more with like commands and stuff. We need an imaginary Himeko to make the whole crew complete, but at the same time I'm afraid how they would do that. Mods, stab her! I just dislike Everknight's methods a lot more than Cocolia's. We don't need a 6th Memoria reality manipulator. That's totally fair. That's fair. I like the method. Yeah, it's nothing new. I mean, Cocolia is nothing new. Yet again, tropes and more tropes. It's all been seen before. It's a matter of preference, and personally, I like Everknight's obsession more. You know, like her intentions and stuff.
Strange. I thought I'd feel nervous or afraid, but I don't. The only feeling I have is that none of this seems real.
So trailblazing expeditions usually come to an end. These two have gotten used to these expeditions. Resting forever in the snow plains, that wouldn't be so bad.
Hey, way to boost morale over there.
The Express has traveled world after world.
Listen, if we don't get our Chrysos heirs back by the end of 3.x, we're gonna be speedrunning our way into the nihility. Yeah, this is an alt account. On my main account, I am all caught up with the story, and I stream every... every main quest 3.0 onwards is on my channel, on my main account. But we made an alt account a while ago because I wanted to re-experience the story and also have another account to pull characters that I wouldn't pull on my main account and so on.
We invariably avoid getting drawn into turbulence that can decide the fate
Yeah,
of
no,
the world.
I'm caught up.
But
I'm all caught
there are
up
always times
on my
when
main
we
account.
have no choice but to act.
Or to put it
Which is also
another
why I'm like
way,
not like super
this is
locked
one heck
into
of a
this
first
because I already know what
expedition.
happens.
You hit the jackpot.
And this is more so a way for me to like catch little like hints of like foreshadowing and other details that they, you know, because Hoyoverse loves their foreshadowing, and it's just a way for me to like re-experience stuff and you know, catch like the little details that I may not have caught during my first time playing. And Pinky, thank you for following. I appreciate that.
I was about to bore you all with my gloomy reflections, but on second thought, not today.
Also, I miss
Adventuring
Zayla. Can we
with you
get
guys by
can
my
we see
side has
Zayla
made
again,
me feel
please?
like
Outside
no
of an event.
obstacle is too big.
Right on. But you can say whatever you like. A good adventure shouldn't be full of rules and regulations. Helping those in need, befriending those worth counting on, and saving the world a few times along the way.
If Amphorius isn't real, I'll honestly just quit HSR. Like, I already haven't played for weeks. They are not interesting me. I mean, it'd make no, like, realistically, it'd make no sense to kill off the Amphorius cast simply because how else are they gonna bring them back? You know? Like, it's a gacha game. They, like, if they kill off the Amphorius characters, we would have basically, like, very little to no way to see them ever, like, interact outside of Amphorius. And that would honestly be, like, as much as people may want character deaths, for a gacha game, that would make no sense. It'd make no sense, and it'd honestly be quite the terrible idea. Having one character die, sure. Sure, you know? But like a whole cast, it'd be a horrible idea, quite frankly. Like, they'll have to be around in some way, shape, or form. March saying we hit the jackpot in the sense of Trailblaze mission, then what did Sunday get? The one piece of Trailblaze missions with Amphorius? True, dude. Rationalize that thought badly, but I stand by it. Yeah, I think I get it. But yeah, like, it'd make little sense for them, and it'd just be a bad choice for them to kill off the Amphorius cast. Didn't follow the story as much as I should. It's a really good story, especially Amphorius. Amphorius is long, but it's incredible. If you actually, like, try to pay attention to, like, what is happening and the world building and the characters, it is incredible. Of course, it has its flaws, but it's so good. Pentaconia as well. Belobog and the Law of Fu were good. They were fine. Did I work with? Rattled on for a solid hour about the story. I nodded a lot. There are a few ways to make the Amphorius cast real. If they have souls, one may can revive them since they are signals that can be put into a robot body. Yeah, there's ways for sure. There's ways for sure. And, you know, we have factions or entities like the Enigmata whose whole deal is turning fiction into reality. So... More, welcome in! That is one reason for the alt account. Yes. Anyway, Spirit of Trailblazing. Yeah, that. Okay, so we're gonna swap out High Sealants for Cacolia. There we go. I am streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. I do not trust Kick as a platform.
Freezing here. The blizzard's so
but I'm live
fierce.
I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch.
The path isn't enough to stop the cold.
It means that we're getting closer to the Stellaron and the heart of the Eternal Freeze.
Okay, let me see. Is this the final map? Yes, it is. Do we take one break here? I think we do. We take a break. And then we go on to the boss fight. The only one we can be sure they will keep alive is Phynon because he's definitely the replacement for Iron Tomb at this point. Oh, absolutely. Speaking of Amphorius, my boy Lygus got a lot of cursed fan art. Oh yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Lyrini. I don't trust Kick either. I mean, I don't trust Twitch either, but I trust Kick less. Yeah, Twitch also sucks. Listen, all streaming platforms suck. Like, let's make that clear. Twitch sucks, YouTube sucks. They all suck. Twitch is just, like, Twitch so far, like, Twitch in its short lifespan has had the most, like, shit. With Twitch and YouTube, Kick, sorry. With Twitch and YouTube, it's like, it's the usual bullshit for the most part. Kick, earlier this year, literally had a person die live on stream. You know? And them being like, it's the Honey situation all over again, you know, asking like, how are they making their money if, you know, no ad revenue and whatnot. Yeah, if you guys didn't see that, there was a case of I forgot the exact circumstances, but basically, two live streamers, or two people who were, I think they were also live streaming, like, them just, like, abusing a guy. I think that was also, like, live streamed a lot. And at some point, the guy died on stream. It's fucking wild. But they all suck. They all suck. Rule 34 runs with this game hard? Oh yeah. Of course, for sure. As with many other games. Anyway, on that note, break time. 10-ish minutes, and then we will be continuing. And we're gonna be getting onto the banger of a boss fight. Alright, we're back. That bed looks inviting. Please let me sleep. Go take a nap. Go nappy. Unless it is like an inappropriate time to nap, in which case don't. And also don't sleep on an empty stomach. Anyway, speaking of empty stomach, I have now officially put myself on a timer because my dinner will be done within by like 7, which is in like 1 hour and 15-ish minutes. And I am getting hungry. I can smell it. I can smell the food. So we're gonna finish this boss fight up before my dinner is done. We are gonna be zooming through this shit. What we status freeze. Preserved remarkably well in ice. You can help but wonder. Perhaps March 7th is right. Either way, you think that it's best not to unfreeze them. Wait, what did I say about the...
What is this? It's scary.
May I ask where on the planet you're from? I am from Germany. I am a German.
It's like an insect trapped in amber.
I bet the Antimatter Legion forces never thought they'd be swallowed up by the Eternal Freeze when they invaded this world. Even in the ice. Could these guys still be alive?
Wanna defrost them and find out?
No, we've got enough on our plate.
Alright. Can I not interact with... There were multiple choices there. Could I not interact with multiple of them? Man. Oh, I gotta leave. There we go. There we go. Alright, continue onward.
Did the architects build this?
Look at that.
Very different from the uniform style of the buildings we saw in the city.
A really good Twitch friend from Hamburg.
Look like
Oh,
the palm of a huge hand to you?
sure do.
If Cocolia threatens us by taking Bronya hostage...
We have to save her. The underworld. No. The entire planet relies on her.
Alright, let's go. Any chest here? No.
No. Do not resist, Bronya. Accept the common will.
No! I don't want this.
Look upon their promised future, Bronya. A world without poverty, without cold, without suffering. A world where people
I never noticed that she
longer
also
have
has
to
like
pray like
quantum-shaped
prisoners
eyes.
for
You know,
survival.
like the little quantum-y shape.
We can guard for all eternity. 700 years ago, we tried and fought unceasingly, believing that the radiance of human nature could shepherd us towards rejuvenation. And to what end? A crushing defeat. Why, when faced with irrefutable strength...
Ooh, I
is
like the
our
way the music
first
kicks in there,
thought
whether that
only
was timed
to
or just
resist,
coincidence.
to cover our ears instead of hearing the call. It is the conceit and cowardice entrenched
Ma'am,
in
I would
the
love to listen to you, but you're talking a little fucking quiet.
Cast them aside. Break free of the chains that bind you. The Stellaron will lead humanity to evolve, and they will.
Funny considering that she has 0 quantum damage on her.
Here, you witch!
Kit, I apologize for talking over you.
Zila?
You too. I thought the blizzards had entombed you.
Nuh-uh.
You wish.
Don't mind me.
You're not going down before
Just
you
eating my
do.
Duplo.
Bronya! I don't know what happened between you and them. Even if you explained it to me, I probably wouldn't understand all the crazy details. But there are 2 things I do know. 1, these guys have come through hell to get here, to seal this Stellaron thing. too. Do you remember what I said? If anything happened to you, I'd save you. Do you understand? Even if the damage is done, even if you've completely forgotten our promise, then I'm just gonna have to knock you out and bring you back myself.
Let's go, lesbians! Belobog needs you.
Zila. All of you.
Oh, you gotta do it,
Finished?
all
I think
lowercase.
I've given you long enough to bid farewell.
So listen to her more than
Time I
go for
told
wood.
you my other
You know what?
reason
That's a fair
for
point.
bringing you here.
That's a fair point.
I want to witness
Huh,
your choice.
that's weird. Hold on, that's weird.
I have told you all the truths there are to tell. The deal with the stellar.
That's weird. It should actually, it
which I
should
made
show
proof.
it.
There
Huh.
are no more secrets between us.
Oh, maybe because it's on YouTube? Is it because it's on YouTube? But I feel like on YouTube before it did a... Might because it's a YouTube thing, and 7TV is like a Twitch... I don't know, actually. You got it, Pinky. Do you know what happens or not? I know what happens, yes. I know what happens. Which is why I, like... If it seems like... If it looks like I'm not, like, paying much attention, it's... I know what happens. This is an alt account.
Many years ago, the voice of the Stellaron
Give me a mo.
sounded in my
A mo
ears
money.
for the first time.
There we go, there it is.
I was no
There he
different
is.
from the previous generations of Guardians. I withdrew. Refused to hear. I was as you are now. Bitterly defending the Architect's so-called preservation. My conviction was once steadfast. Unparalleled. Until a sudden change arrived and threw everything into chaos. Another choice appeared before me. A subversion of the old order. And the welcoming of a new world.
Oh, no auto. Anyway. I do think it's interesting that... I've mentioned this before. How, like, the entire philosophy of the destruction does not seem to be solely destroying and you know, laying waste to everything, but also the idea of embracing the end to welcome a new beginning. You know, like rebirth of sort. And that has been shown like multiple times
ever more distant
at this point.
Preservation. This was so...
Oh, I'm gonna put it back on auto.
I have agonized.
Okay, and Pachycolia is like 80% more evil, or 80 times more evil and looks
all
better,
this
kinda. I
to
haven't
you.
seen Impact Pachycolia.
Inevitably. the
Speaking of my
promised
money, where's
tomorrow
Sampo?
will
Where's my boy?
transpire. But if you were not there beside me, to watch over that new world,
Do you ever shut up about Honkai Impact 3rd?
torment,
I mean, hey, fine.
enduring torment. Perhaps I should be thanking you, outsiders. The pressure you have imposed has at long last compelled me to confront my final...
Yeah, you're good, Lenny. I mean, I don't mind people talking about Honkai Impact 3rd, you know, I am...
I have never...
I haven't played the game myself, but I'm absorbing information
always have a choice.
through hearing people talk about it and seeing things here and there.
So now, choose, my daughter.
I do know that, yeah.
Madame Cocolia,
That Sampo is not
I
Honkai
am
Impact
grateful
3rd.
to you for raising me and for allowing me the privilege of choice. But I am sorry, Mother.
Hell yeah.
On this, our final occasion, I cannot stand with you.
Yeah, Novas. Celeron's come from the abundance, but I just can't prove it yet.
Lie in the depths of human nature.
I mean, it's
Perhaps you're
it's
right.
a fair theory.
Desperation sheds a light on the darkest recesses of the heart.
At the end of the day, we still don't fully know where they come from. We know Selenova
Struggling
is
for
most likely the one who spreads
fighting
them.
for something better. I've witnessed their light on the front lines, in the underworld, in places you have overlooked. Our ancestors built this city,
striving in the bitter snow to prolong our civilization. Even if this world is doomed to fall apart, we should allow humanity to pave the way to its final
I mean, listen, to be fair, he did phrase it as a, I know, like, he did phrase it as a, this is a thing, I just can't prove it yet, which is another way of saying this is a pretty baseless theory, but it's a fun one to think about. So, notice how there's no Lord Ravager trying to destroy the Abundant. That is true. Actually, which paths do we have that are which paths are targeted by the Lord Ravagers? I totally forgot about that. Oh wait, he released a video about it? Well, fuck it, we might give that a- wait, did he? Like a whole ass video? Hold on. Sorry, Branya. I know you're having your epic daughter and mother face off right now, but... Wait. Now I gotta check. Well, it's not showing up on my feet, so let me... Nova Impact. Oh, it's another, I think it's another, like, or it looks to be like another, clearing up misunderstandings video of sorts. Harmony, nihility, hunt, preservation, erudition, elation, and permanence and voracity. And destruction itself if you count Kaslana. Interesting. Yeah, no abundance. Any other gameplay path that is not there? I mean, remembrance isn't there, but... Goldian Honkai Impact has the hair going out and is better sounding, so adopts Bronya and Zayla in an orphanage. Basically, HSR's story, but 9 times more depressing. That's what people usually say. That's what people usually say about Honkai Impact. Not the X times more depressing, it's just depressing. He added in parts of why he believes in that theory. Maybe we'll give that a watch at the end of this. You know what? Maybe we'll continue this. If we can finish up this boss fight before my ditto's ready, we might give that video a watch.
We are Guardian's mother, chosen from among the masses. Our duty is to preserve the world built by humanity. We are not gods. We are not arbiters. You seek to crush human nature underfoot while masquerading.
Guys, you gotta speak up a little bit.
I cannot let you.
So, this is your choice.
I mean, I figure that's an opinion. That's an opinion. Welcome back, Pinky. Enigmata finality abundance is taken care of by Lon the Hun. Propagation has become. I mean, to be fair, yeah, abundance is taken care of, or, you know, why go after the abundance when you have an Eon that is trying to take care of that for you?
You know what? You were supposed to be the mother of the new world.
Mother.
The ground! It's shaking! What's happening?
That sign.
Is that loud enough?
The fate of this city of Belobog is sealed. Its future will unfold in our hands. And you will become the foundation of the new world. You must break the old to build the new.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Supreme Guardian commands
That's my question. The cutscenes are adjusted to the volume.
Engine of creation.
Somewhat.
It's one of the architect's ancient machines! Watch out, all of you!
There it is. I mean, to be fair,
This robot's 1,000
I'm gonna wait till I finish speaking. There we go. To be fair, the like music being louder than the dialogue, they still have that problem. Keep in mind, I always play. No, stop. I always play with this sound. I always play with the voice at 10 and everything else at 7. You know, always like 3 notches down. And the voice being like 3 notches up in comparison to the music and the sound effects. And sometimes these days, it can still be, the voices are still relatively quiet in comparison to the OST. That is something they've never fixed. That is something that just is, and they've never like done much about that. Sometimes it's worse than others. And it'd probably be much worse if I had the music as loud as the rest. And yeah, like in the cutscene, honestly, I might just like turn the music down one more. If Velt kept the core of reason, he would be a 6-star who can summon basically anything. I have heard that Velt in Honkai Impact is very OP. But that is still the case like nowadays. And also, yeah, cutscene-wise, like, it is 1.0. And, sure, they could update it, but also, like, why make that time, you know? Why redo a whole cutscene from, like, 1.0 when they've got other shit to work on? Like, that takes a lot of... I don't think you know how... Like, that takes work. That takes a lot of work. And doing that simultaneously while also working on the new stuff... I would love if they eventually updated, I mean, HSR, if they eventually updated, like, some of the older models, like the 1.0 models, I think that would be neat. Oh, nope, we're not doing slow-mo.
Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
But new players need stuff too. I mean, here's the thing, right? New players aren't gonna know.
That's it?
New players aren't gonna know that it looks the way it does later on because they're new players. And they're not gonna notice the change as much. If anything, they're only gonna notice the improvement.
The audience is waiting.
And if anything, like, they would have to do it backwards. They would have to do, like, Penacony first, then the Luofu. Like, they would have to do the quest backwards because otherwise, either they do it all at once, which would be insane, or they start with belobog, and then you go through belobog with improved graphics, and then you go to the Luofu, and suddenly it's, oh, this does not look as good. You know, like, there's nothing to be fixed. Nothing's broken.
Desire to control the heavens.
It's just older. Like, you will not, like, very few games would do that. Update their, like, 1.0 graphics just because they've gotten better over the years. Like, no game would do it. Like, no game usually does that. Unless they do a complete overhaul of, like, the entire game. Woo! Mother!
Himeko! It's Himeko! Hello? Can you hear me? Gosh, the signal's terrible.
Yeah, did Honkai Impact do that? Did Honkai Impact go back and revamp all the starting cutscenes? If so, good, but...
Well, been up on the you the time. You've got quite the trailblazing edition on your hands. So, how did that guy work? Or, importantly, how do you stop him from working?
Beat it.
Over to you guys, I guess.
Alright. If anything, I think this is kind of interesting to see, like, how the cutscenes, like, evolved over time. Like, this still looks good. And back then, no one criticized this. Everyone agreed that this looked good. It's just now that we have, like, a comparison. The tutorial graphics? I mean, that's just a tutorial. You're talking about, like, main story cutscenes and everything. I still love that. Only one I can think of that did this is Ultra Kill. It'd be cool, but there's, like, no reason for them to.
Listen to the power surge! Sing! The Stellaron's promise is the only hope for this world.
Yeah, whatever.
Just as it dispelled the Antimatter Legion 700 years ago, so too will it wipe you from the face of this world!
All right, 1, 2.
Are made to be broken.
I wonder if like you like stack up your Trailblazer or not. If there is any way to like
Let's make it quick.
beat at least phase 1.
Rules are made to be broken.
Never understood what the main cast plan was here. Like, do a 1v1 between 2 Stellarons? Yeah, honestly, same. Maybe it's just because like they realized like they can't all get up there, so they had to like propel one of them. Despair mention. All right, here we go. And there we go. And we're dead. End of the game. Roll credits.
Is this the universe? But I was fighting Cacolia. Why am I here? The last time I came here, I drew Nanook's gaze. Could it be?
All right. Oh yeah, we get the little flashbacks.
The commercial district has fallen. We've transferred the residents to the outer municipal district for the time being. The garrison lost 26 fighters. But
Go on, Japard.
Look at that, we are embracing.
I saw their broken figures.
Sort of. His arm maybe... Nah, you know what? Close enough. Close enough.
What happened back there defied all reason. It was madness. Madam Guardian, if this continues...
I know well the consequences, Japard. You may leave.
That Fuyad, and do we even bleed? Do we bleed? And I don't actually remember if if the Trailblazer has ever bled.
Why do you hesitate, Cacolia? Isn't this what you've always been hoping for? Get out of this cage and take a look at the city.
Cage?
The efforts of our predecessors. Their unfinished research. We can finally see them come to fruition. Give me some soldiers and I'll locate the Stellaron and find out how to save our world.
You need to come to your senses, Serval.
Dalhan confirmed it in Amphorius during the car crash. Oh, did he?
What are you?
I forgot.
Guards! Miss Serval is tired.
Guards!
Take her to rest. Sequester her lab and detain the researchers. Their work is illegal.
Why, Cacolia? Why have you grown so cold?
Serval Landau. You were my most cherished friend.
Can't believe Trailblazer witnessed the breakup live as it happened. Nova, welcome in! Hot milk evil lady! I hope Zela gets a Veliona form in Amphorius, since we'll definitely visit it for the war. Amphorius? You mean belobog? Maybe New Rania? I mean, we're probably not gonna, since they've kind of like done the Evernight and March thing, I don't think we're gonna get a rehash of that for Zela. We might get, you know, more, like, we're probably gonna get more characters, like, SP versions. Or definitely, sure.
Only I can understand. They have eyes that do not see, ears that do not hear. Feast on their willful ignorance! Absolve them of their stupidity and fear!
Mother,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Serval and Cocolia still is a big ship. Not big, but you know, like the go-to ship for them.
How will those below ground fend for themselves if we withdraw every guard?
The automatons will ensure their safety. The most important defensive position is here on the
No, I meant Cocolia and Serval.
The underground will vanish in an instant. Our defenses here must be maintained at all costs. These are the choices we make, Branya. As a leader, you must harbor the courage and foresight to choose. You...
Sorry, I should probably stay still.
And every silver main guard in the city, all of us must carry out a higher mission. There will come a day when you must make your own choice. Do you understand?
A higher mission?
It is too early, Branya. Still too early. You will understand when the time is right.
Alright, there we go. Especially since Zila already has the quantum powers, which were never explained further from this is Zila Honkai Impact 3rd. We don't need to explain shit. I mean, to be fair, there's always a chance that they will. There's always a chance that they will. But, yeah. I forgot about Child.
The city is drowning in tears. The power of the preservation is fading.
I saw that figure. I saw that Chevy released a new a song for, I guess, for Alicia. Alicia. I saw that. I listened to it. It's cute. Not my style, but it's cute. Yeah, it was like Chevy released a song, like a Honkai Impact themed song, like Robin Singer, not the English voice actor, or sort of, you know what I mean. This is not what the preservation would have wanted.
A believer, I see. The fragmentum had been expanding for the past 700 years.
There it is, the lance.
There is no faith nor wealth left for our successors. Only despair. To see the home we vowed to preserve wither away. That
You know, I think it's funny, like random, but I think it's fun that in 3.1, when Final and Mighty were having that little like heart to heart, and Final was thinking about like calling Mighty the preservation now after, you know, hearing of the different aeons and paths from the Trailblazer and Danhong, and you're like, what if we call you like the preservation now? You know, Klapat the preservation, and you know he's the Lance of Fury, and we are using a lance on with our preservation mode. Fun little coincidence. Let others carry on the will of preservation.
You
Me.
are but a stranger to us. And yet you seek to bond your destiny to ours. So be it. What is there to lose when so much has already been lost? Touch the light of the Amber Trailblazer.
Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. Anyway, y'all ready for a fucking banger? At least the start of a banger. God damn. There they are. Now we go.
Will of Preservation has made its choice.
Of the plight of this world.
Still so quiet. I have the music at 6 and the voice is at 10.
Even if we are doomed to destruction. Walking hand in hand into the darkness.
No, that end won't come to pass while we're around.
A brave new world.
I forgot how Preservation Trailblazer works. Yeah. Okay, yep.
This
Speed it up.
song's just for you. Turn it up.
Oh, God. Yep.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up. You can fight it or rock with it.
Hear me out. Can we grab the crown and just poke her eyes out with it?
Time for a shot.
The visual of Clipart hitting their hammer is so nice. A small frame of that is yet so important to the lore. Oh yeah, for some reason that never clicked with me that was Clipart hitting their hammer. It never clicked with me now that you mention it. But I never paid attention. I never like noticed that. I just saw, you know, like Clipart. Boom!
You won't get away.
It's time.
Yeah, I get it.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
This song's for you. Turn it up. Time for an overhaul.
Alright, can we finish? Probably not.
Never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Not quite. Does that mean that MC getting glanced at by Clipart started a new Amber era? I don't think we really like know how
I'm on guard.
like how the Amber eras transition. Like one Amber era can be like anywhere between 70 and 200 something years, Trailblaze years long, I think, if I recall correctly. So I don't think we actually know yet how.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
How Clipart essentially decides when a new era is upon us.
Turn it up. Ready to lose your? You can fight it or rock with it.
Trying to get my saber to full 6 rank relics. Wait, trying to get my saber to full 6. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I know that each amber, like every time they swing their hammer, an era passes. But we don't know like when they decide to do that. Like if there's any like rhyme or reason to when they decide to swing their hammer. Oh, you mean like Divergent Universe and stuff?
Of the Stellaron is with me.
It's time.
You are but cinders of the old world, soon to become ashes. Translates into hope.
Lance ready.
God, Wildfire will never not be a fucking classic. I love this song so much. I will never stop loving it.
Songs for you.
The past.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Actually, wait, I'm probably... Well, we're gonna kill her before...
That'll take more than medicine.
You know what? I want to try to, like, pair it with the... Oh, fuck! I thought it wasn't gonna kill. You see amazing? Thank you.
Mr. Honest is the future. It will include everything!
Dude, that smile, like, creeps me out so much. This is a beautiful shot, though. Sad, but beautiful.
It's over.
Mother, did you wake up?
Oh
from
yeah,
that
and
dream?
incoming.
Wow. That was a tough trailblazing expedition.
Damn, that was rough, buddy.
We made it!
Yeah!
What are we gonna do with the Stellaron? It's usually
God,
Mr.
I totally
Gangly
forgot. I
handles
totally
it.
forgot about this. Bronya over here having just witnessed her mother die, and March is like, damn. That was tough. Anyway, what are we doing with the Stellaron now? We did it! But what now? it took me watching the Gigak video to remember that that's how it went.
I've informed Himiko and Mr. Yang already. They'll seal the Stellaron.
Nice! The crisis on this world is basically over, right?
The storm still rages on.
Goddamn.
Now that the Stellaron is sealed.
I mean, I kind of get it, like, it wasn't her mother and she, you know, they have different priorities, but still.
But nor will it disappear. Urilo 6 has a chance to return to life.
I mean, yeah, we know that he's not like
will take
Holvel Yang,
time.
but I mean, that's the name he uses. So that is also his name.
It will depend on the efforts of the people here.
Thank you. All of you.
Yeah, it's still his name. Maybe not the real one, but the one he goes by. Can't think of anything funny to say. Listen, March did it already. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you. I'm fine. Don't worry. There is still much to do. The people will have felt the effects of the engine of creation. There are so many questions to answer, so many truths to reveal. I don't know whether I can get the people to accept all this.
Right. I mean, it doesn't matter, but...
Can I really do that? Tell everyone about Mother's true motives? About a lie perpetrated for 700 years?
No. No. No way.
I still think it is funny that I think the only person, or the only, like, character resembling a Honkai Impact character that Veld has met so far is Acheron. Right? He has not directly met Silverwolf, he has not directly met Bronya or Zela or Finon / Kazlana or Cyrene for, you know, fair enough. Anyone in Amphorius, really.
Zela, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think there's any other way. In the underworld, we tell the kids things will be better tomorrow. Everyone knows it's a lie.
Apart from Himiko, true.
But it gets
Minus
them to
Himiko.
sleep with some hope. Can you imagine the consequences if we told the people what happened here? They'd be devastated. If we can't trust the Guardians, who or what can we trust?
Honestly, fair enough.
Mother died to preserve Belobog. What? The visitors from beyond the sky told her the secret of the Stellaron. She
And
knew
there's
that
the cover-up.
Alessarand, the first Supreme Guardian, had failed to destroy it. And yet, she decided to challenge its power. A power beyond human comprehension. Supreme
Improv
Guardian
Queen.
Cocolia sacrificed herself to dispel the dark clouds enveloping this city. From here on out, that's the truth the world will hear.
Oh yeah, and he met, well, he didn't quite meet Lorcha.
Preservation
He knows of
alive,
Lorcha.
at least.
It's logical and hard to disprove.
And Void Archives is just
Why do we
around.
have to lie? I'm abstaining. I like telling the truth. but I get what you're trying to do.
You know, for once, I do agree with her. A lie will always be a lie, Cyphera. Maybe we include some of the cool stuff we did. Yeah, let's use this.
Thank you for understanding. For many people, Mother was an outstanding guardian.
Yeah, he saw a picture.
The truth
I had to.
in my mind. All the mistakes,
Sometimes they can be more noble than the
madness,
truth.
evil, dreams therein. I will be the one to carry that burden. Now, I must take over the duties of the Supreme Guardian. And discard my naive fantasies. I'm sorry, Seela. Please.
I like reminding people of
this
sad
secret with me.
scenes.
Till the end of our lives.
Say no more. I know what to do.
Like, buddy. Literally a might as well give us a 3.1 style black scene at this point.
Thank you. Well then, as promised, let's start rebuilding the bridge between the overworld and the underworld.
You know what? Screw you. Remember Boot Hill? I do. Every day I remember this man. And I love him. And I need to see him again, and I miss him. You cannot taunt me with what I already torture myself with every living day.
The blockade will soon be over, and they will breathe freely again soon.
Of course. Leave it to me. Nat's probably getting anxious about the delay.
You cannot torture me.
While you do that, I'll head back to the...
with what I already torture myself with.
District. I need to tell Jabard and... Serve...
Are you okay? What's wrong, Branya? Do you feel sick?
I'm fine. I need to hurry.
She's exhausted. Quick, we need to
Carry
think
her.
of something.
Zayla, carry
out
her.
here.
Take Branya back with you.
Right. I almost forgot. You're still wanted by the guards.
Can we have I don't know who Siren
Stand
is.
out as much as you guys.
Remember Anaxa's
Let's settle
sister?
then. I'll leave now
I
to
do
you.
want to see you. I do want to see Anaxa's sister.
Remember to keep the secret. For Brun... No.
Uh-huh.
For Belobog's sake.
Sure thing. Sure.
So,
For Belobog.
Wanna tell us what happened back there? Don't think you can just reappear on the battlefield with a cool weapon in your hands and skip the story.
Well, I died. I saw a Klepath. That's the second time I've sacrificed myself for you.
You drew the Amber Lord's gaze? Right at that moment? That's too much of a coincidence.
He probably doesn't know what happened either. This wouldn't be the first time. Something similar happened when we faced the Doomsday Beast on the space station. Remember that glance from Nanook? Originally, we thought it was because the Stellaron was linked to the destruction. But now it seems to be more than that. We might need to speak with Mr. Yang to understand what's going on. Let's focus on the business at hand first. We shouldn't disrupt Himiko and Mr. Yang while they're dealing with the Stellaron. Let's talk once we're back on the Express.
You're right. We need to finish what we started. Let's hurry up and find Natasha.
Okay. Alright, there we go. That's all I needed. And preservation unlocked. And new stuff. And achievement. And they're gonna make a swap. Yep. I am on Kalis. They're gonna make a swap. Yep. Ever burning amber. Okay, we're gonna get to that in a bit. Finally, I can get rid of those 26,000 EXP. So yeah, as expected, we're not gonna finish the entire the Belobog arc today, but we did do the boss fight. I'm gonna claim all these exclamation marks right now, real quick. And fuck it, we have the time, so might as well. Sure, do bam. We have the time, so might as well check out Nova's video at the end of this. Give. You can unlock Harmony and RMC as well already. Oh yeah, I think Harmony isn't. Are neither of them story locked anymore? I forgot. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Sure thing. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay, that actually makes things a lot. Yep, yeah, shut up. Unlock. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, I get it. Shut up. Shut your mouth, you're gonna make me go here. Yep. Okay. Right, okay, so you just need to finish the boss fight, essentially. Okay, nice. And give me the stuff, and then we do bam, bam, bam. Echo of War. Oh yeah, okay, so this basically unlocks, like, pretty much everything. Beautiful. So I can do that in my off time, then? But yeah. Let's... Before we end... check out Nova's new video. And let me swap over to the new track. Change the track real quick. Is it this one? I think it is. Preservation MC buff would be nice. It would be. And destruction, honestly. Let's check out Nova's new video. The Honkai Star Rail community has a huge problem. Again, I assume it's gonna be just a part 2 of a video he did a while back where he just like cleared up some like misconceptions people had about certain lore tidbits, but apparently there's also something about his newest fun little theory about the Stellarons and the abundance, so sure. We have the time.
Enigmata. The path that prides itself in spitting in the face of all that is certain.
Why is the quality 144p? There we go. And some auto subtitles, why not?
Various tactics of falsifying the truth. And recently we have gotten a new and even more powerful representative of this complicated force. That being Evernight. But what if I told you that this path is real? Yes, it is in fact real that it has taken hold of this community once again, infecting us with misinformation,
such a good trailer.
And forcing us to question all that we know. Now, even though I pride myself in backing up my claims with database entries and such, I have once again found myself on trial. Yes, guys, it happened again. The last time we did this, I defended myself valiantly from the Enigmata allegations of spreading misinformation and misleading people. Defended myself.
My favorite character, Xandra. Yeah, that's the previous video where, to be fair, he did make one claim that personally I disagree with, but I can see where he's coming from, where he considered Xandar to be, quote, jealous of news. He did explain how he arrived at that conclusion, and it just had to do with like his interpretation of jealousy, which I personally disagree with, but I can kind of see where he was coming from. I just wouldn't use that wording.
Valiantly from the Enigmata allegations of spreading misinformation and misleading people when I said that Xandar was jealous of Noose. And since then, it has now been confirmed by the self-enshrouded recluse relic set that Xandar's hatred of Noose originates at least partially from the fact that Xandar is a perfectionist control freak with elitism issues. So becoming the subject of his own creation's reign became something his ego simply couldn't handle.
See, that's the thing, like, I think jealousy is the wrong word. Xandar's whole thing is that he thought, like, his main thing is, of course, to an extent, probably, but, like, to an extent, of course, like, Xandar's idea is more so just being very short-sighted. He created a thing, and the thing did better than he expected, or not even than he expected. He created a supercomputer to figure out the truths of the world and didn't realize that figuring out the truths of the world means that the truths of the world are figured out and no one else can make those new discoveries anymore. He basically just, like, speed ran his way to, like, all the answers and, didn't realize that that would kind of, like, dampen the entire experience of, you know, reaching that answer. So, jealousy, I still think is just, like, a bad way to describe it. And it depends on your definition of jealousy. I wouldn't call that, I wouldn't call it jealousy. Still, I wouldn't call it that.
So of course he is envious, to say the very least.
See, I don't really agree with that. I think he was short-sighted. He created news to find the answers of the universe and stuff. News did exactly that. And Xandar was like, wait, I know that's what I said that I wanted, but now that makes the process of finding these solutions boring because you already know this shit anyway. But yeah.
And even though these people were using leaks to disprove me before the set even released, they
that
still
sucks.
ended up being wrong. But unfortunately, we have been struck again by the Enigmata. Because recently I made a short. Struck again by the Enigmata. Because recently I made a short that speculated about Stellarons being from the Abundance in origin. And
which, to be fair, was just a speculation.
It is the comments that I received that show me that we have a widespread issue on our hands. Because first it was Polka Kakamon being an agent of Noose and following their orders and being evil and being the bad guy in all of this. That also
which is not
up
true.
Being false. And now for some reason the Honkai Star Rail community is convinced that Stellarons are definitively from the destruction, and this is backed up by text. So the time has come.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, we now know that, or can deduce that, what was it? With the reveal of Selenova, that the Stellarons are most likely, or are implied, or highly speculated to be created by, or spread by Selenova. But it's never been, like, 100% confirmed that, like, Nanook created these things.
Once again that I must defend myself from this baseless Enigmata slander. Because this is the real
Not me being a hypocrite for calling his definition of jealousy a stretch, and then me stretching the logic of Xander to say he was stupid. I mean, again, depends on your definition of stupidity. I would say, like, short-sighted. Because he created News. Like, News pretty much did what he wanted it to do. What he wanted them to do. He just didn't realize the implications of that.
Life Enigmata revealed. Okay, so that much longer than usual intro out of the way, we will be doing this the same way we did this the last time. So allow me to take the stand and present
turn up the volume a little bit.
A. And let's start from square one, because some of these individuals seem to think that the purpose of—
if you cannot prove it yet, where does this theory come from? It's a theory! That is the point. Do you know what do you know what a crack theory is? Do you know what speculation? That's the point. The point of a theory is that
a theory is to mislead people.
That's what a theory is!
Last time, but since the skip button came out, the number of confident wrong people has multiplied exponentially. Simply put, a theory is an idea that has supporting evidence but cannot be proven as fact.
Exactly! That's the point of a theory!
But because it—
Also, Nova, dude. At least don't do the AI overview one. At least go, like, to... You're right, but, like, don't use AI overview as a source here. Come on, buddy, you know better. You're better than that.
Isn't universally tested, because nothing really can be. Not even gravity. Because you would naturally assume that gravity is a law, but nope, it is a law and a theory. My point being that theories are not enigmata, they are explanations of things that happen. So stellarons happen, and the abundance is my theory, aka my explanation. So
High-key question, why is he picking out the worst comments people have to say against him rather than anything good? That is one thing I will say. I would appreciate if, and I don't know if he's gonna do this throughout this video, I would appreciate if apart from the, you know, obvious dumbasses and obvious people who, like, misunderstand the lore and stuff, he would also point out, like, or like show comments that make, like, good, like, because, like, there's always some comments that actually have, like, good points or decent points. I don't know if he's gonna show those in this video. He might have highlighted one or two of those in the last video. I'm not actually sure. But I will say that occasionally the way he phrases things, or occasionally Nova tends to present things that are not 100% fact as if they were. Or he also, in my opinion, and I've had like a couple like back and forths with him about like a few things here and there. Every now and then I do think that he also gets things not fully wrong, but he misinterprets things here and there, or he interprets things in a way that is not the only way, but he assumes they are. He's gonna get torn to shreds for using the AI overview, isn't he? I mean, to be fair, torn to shreds, I think that would be an exaggeration, but listen, if you want to prove your point, don't use AI overview, you know? Just, at least go through the effort of giving, like, an actual, like, source that isn't, like, a culmination of partially credible sources and fucking Reddit. You know? The polka jump scare comment is stupid and funny, but, like, yeah. What is better, Final without his signature icon or C6 S5 Zela? No idea. Maybe Final? I don't fucking know. I'm not a theory crafter. Presents things that aren't 100% facts as facts. Say it with me. I do think he occasionally runs into that. I do think so.
Let's get to the comments, shall we? Because many of these comments say the exact same thing. Stellarons are seeds of the destruction. Now, to be entirely honest, this is kinda crazy because Lygus says this in reference to our Stellaron. But that is because we got gazed at by Nanook and our Stellaron tethered itself to the destruction. But in reality, the cancers of all worlds, aka Stellarons, are called seeds of disaster, not destruction.
This is another thing where they are called, like, this is from the wiki. I do wonder if there's like another like translation thing here regarding either in this explanation or what Lygus says, whether one is called the other in another language. I don't know that. I don't know Chinese, and I haven't listened to the Japanese version or read the Japanese version. I can't read Japanese. So I do wonder about that as well. He excused himself by saying he's a follower of the Elation, and while, okay, you can be funny, that doesn't excuse you for spreading lies. I do think every now and then he could take it down a notch. I will say that. Like, a lot of the time what he says is correct. And I get where he's coming from, but I do think that every now and then he is definitely a bit too, like, zoned in on like, his one perspective.
This is a huge difference here, because anything can be a disaster. The title of the propagation's Aeon War is called the Swarm Disaster. That happened before the destruction path even had an Aeon. But of course I'm not saying this as to connect Stellarons to Tazerons, no. Because in truth, Stellarons are living beings that have the unique ability to tether themselves to whatever path they come in contact with. They do this to fulfill the wishes of, well, whatever individual that asks something of them. And throughout the story, we have seen Stellarons tethered to the Preservation on Eurilo 6, Harmony on Penacony, and most likely Remembrance on Amphorius. So it is very possible that Stellarons as living things are not initially followers of any path. And just like any path strider, they can choose whatever path they wish to draw power from. And when they activate and channel the power they get from the paths to fulfill a wish, they fulfill the wish in its entirety, but to an extent that it's excessive and bends around back to
and that's where
bad.
his theory comes in.
One example being Eurilo 6 asking for preservation from the Antimatter Legion's assault, so the Stellaron froze the planet, thus preserving it in ice. That's the eternal freeze. And also a Stellaron fighting against the destruction, something that it probably wouldn't do if it was a seed of destruction. And another example of this being that one story from Lushaka, because this Aqua Sprite got mad at land dwellers for taking her home through war, so the Stellaron flooded the entire planet, making everywhere her home. And Lushaka is now an ocean planet. And here's where we realize that Lygus has done irreparable damage to this community with his constant gap, because he thinks he knows things, but he doesn't. Just
true, honestly.
like when he says that he was gazed at by Noose, when in reality Xandar was, and Lygus is just a thought fragment created from his imperfections. But going back to Stellarons,
I mean, to be fair, in that sense, technically you can still consider that to be true. You know, if Xandar was gazed at and Lygus is a fragment of Xandar, you could still make that argument. You can still very much make the argument that, like, if a fragment of Xandar, like, if Xandar was gazed at by Noose, then a fragment, you know, I think we should wait for Hoyo to confirm stuff, since otherwise nothing is canon, since Hoyo can randomly change it. Why wait for Hoyo to confirm shit when we can theorize? It doesn't bother me that theories are incorrect. It bothers me that they twist truth into lies. Yeah, theories are fun. And you listen, sometimes Hoyo takes years to confirm shit. And until then, like, theories can be fun, as long as you can, you know, back them up. Or even if you can't back them up, you know, as long as they don't conflict with any already confirmed facts, make whatever fucking theory you want. It can be fun, you know, even crack theories. I just don't like saying something is 100% true unless we know it's 100% true. I mean, yeah, that, for sure, that's the point. And Lygus has definitely done irreparable damage to this community in several ways.
End up being lethal either, because the Penacony dreamscape is still running off of partially unsealed Stellaron power.
Dude, Penacony was already a land of dreams long before it was used as a prison. It was a natural occurrence, not someone asking for it from the Stellaron.
After the war ended, people in the shadows with ulterior motives had the idea of using the Stellaron's power to help build the Penacony dreamscape. Yes, the entire dreamscape is powered by people dreaming, and the Stellaron power that isn't even close to being fully unleashed. So Stellarons aren't even always a bad thing. Which leads me to the point that I addressed in the short. Because between every single story we have heard involving a Stellaron, they all did the same thing. They granted a wish, but responded in a way that resulted in harmful excess. And there is only one path that reflects the same pattern to the smallest detail: the abundance. Because
and listen,
Yaoshi is an Aeon known for granting wishes. In fact, Yaoshi is so notorious.
This is, like, I get this theory. I do. I think this is a fun speculation. It's food for thought. Astrum, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. If you could have any power from any game which isn't universe breaking unless you push it to the extreme, what would it be? I have no idea. I don't do these kinds of questions. I never know what to do with these kinds of questions. I don't fucking know. Hear me out. Stellarons are the emanators that target the emanators. Okay, wait. Stellarons are the emanators that target the abundance. I don't know if I'd agree or disagree with that right now. I feel like I'd need to hear more, like, explanation on that. I will say that despite everything, I still think, because we literally just, you know, finished the Coca-Cola boss fight, I will say that at least despite, you know, what Noah just explained, you know, Stellarons tethering themselves to one path, I think it's interesting that the voice of the Stellaron, at least in Belobog, still talked, or still, like, somewhat parroted the Destruction's philosophy of, you know, embracing the end, quote, well, embracing the end to welcome something new, which is very Destruction coded. I do think that, I mean, honestly, what if the Stellaron is just like a culmination of like multiple paths somehow? You know, like what if it's not like just a seed of, quote, destruction or of the abundance or whatever? What if it's just multiple paths? Who is the most attractive character of all of Hoyoverse? Another question I cannot answer because there's too many. We did react to the Danhang trailer earlier on stream.
For this, that it is described officially to answer all prayers. But we also know that Yaosha is the Aeon of excess. When Foxians and Borisans asked for food to survive their planet's famine, Yaosha blessed their lands to be so fertile that it destroyed their ecosystem, forcing both races to abandon the planet known as Verdantia. And when Shenzhou natives asked to become immortal, the Ambrosial Arbor came to be, bearing fruit that granted immortality regardless of whether the person's body and mind could sustain it, which resulted in the Mara. So don't get it twisted, the Mara is not a curse from Yaosha, it is the Shenzhou people being mad at the fact that they got exactly what they asked for. The Mara is a natural process their bodies undergo when they live too long because they weren't built for that. They even have it down to a science for how old they can be before the Mara ensues. What?
Some of the most attractive, in HSR, I'll have to say Mighty, Boot Hill, Acheron, I don't fucking know who else. Jade, to throw a couple out there. Argenti is also very pretty. So is Finon / Kaslana. A lot of them. Let's see. Genshin, Risley, and many others, but I love Risley's design, and Dea. There's lots of attractive characters in these games. Getting mad at getting exactly what they wanted, so Xander made a pact with Yaosha to make news. I mean, to be fair, yeah, that sentence is very like Xandar, you know? Like, the like short-sighted approach of you know, asking for something or making something and then realizing you didn't actually want that thing.
Watch this video if you're curious about how strange Shenzhou native biology is. But to get back on topic, what the abundance does is answer a prayer with so much excess that it becomes dangerous, just like a Stellaron. But this isn't all, because Yaosha's aim is the continued proliferation of life, and when we look back on the work of the Stellarons, they also seem to respond to wishes that revolve around the proliferation of life. Let me explain. Eurilo 6, saving lives. From the Antimatter Legion, certain death. Penacony.
I mean, to be fair, in Belobog's case specifically, the quote intention of saving lives came with destroying lives. You know? Like Belobog, Stellaron was all about destroying everything and then rebuilding it from the ground, allegedly. According to the Stellaron's own words. Or what Cocolia heard. Xandarine. Goddamn. We saw Xandarine, Lyrie, whatever. We saw, well, if you didn't see, then just go on his voice actor's channel, it's somewhere there, but I saw.
Creating pseudo-immortality. People can live up to an indefinite amount of time even after their physical body has died through memory bubbles because of Penacony. Lushaka, creating a planet-wide ocean is very much something that can benefit life, as a matter of perspective here. I'm sure life forms like sea sirens.
I mean, that I think is a bit of a stretch. I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Something that can benefit life as a matter of perspective here. I'm sure life forms like sea sirens would love a planet-wide ocean. And speaking of Amphoreus, it's unconfirmed to be linked to the Remembrance, but if you think about it, the cycles, the reset, even though they keep dying, they do come back to life, and that would be the continued proliferation of their lives.
I mean, but to our knowledge at least, that so far is not a byproduct of the Stellaron. I mean, the recurrences were all Kaslana. Unless fucking it turns out that Kaslana is a Stellaron or something, which, why the fuck not at this point, I guess. And the extrapolations were Iron Tomb's learning process. So far, even though we have that pattern here as well, it is not yet confirmed to be directly, like, caused by or, you know, brought on by the Stellaron. It worked at the start in belobog, but then they never stopped it from... Wait, it worked at the start in belobog, but then they never stopped it from continuing the phrase? Wait, my brain, I think, shut off there for a second. It was a Lucimi, whatever, where Cocolia wanted to preserve life by freezing forever. I mean, was that her intention? I don't think that was her intention, because, like, that's kind of what the, that's what, like, the first Guardian to make a wish to the Stellaron, wished to, you know, asked for the Stellaron's aid, basically. And Cocolia wanted to create a new world. Like, Cocolia was full on, like, destruction. She wanted to destroy the old world to create a new one. The recurrences were done by Kaslana using the powers of Cyrene, I think, with her ceremonial blade linked to the Remembrance. Yes. Yeah. And so far, we know that Stellaron or Stellaron-like powers are in some way, shape, or form involved in Amphoreus, but we don't know how yet. Can we get a Honkai Impact Animations reactions? Maybe at some point. It's a plan. It's a plan.
Quite literally, they just increase the number of lives they live to millions and counting. So by that logic, it is impossible to deny the potential connection the Stellarons have to the abundance.
Potential.
They just can't be this similar and just not be connected.
But Nova, didn't they say that Stellarons were Masuda by
That
Selenova?
is a speculation.
I could understand that before they literally said Selenova created the Stellarons. Weren't they made from a part of Sheepbay that got converted into a Ravager? Oh, and isn't it Selenova who makes Stellarons? Selenova, are you sure about that?
Yeah,
POV, you skipped the story. No, Selenova is the one who made Stellarons. That's an amusing theory and coincidence.
All right.
You know that Selenova, aka a Lord Ravager, aka one of Nanook's emanators, created the...
I mean, to be fair, this is like a very respectful comment. They're just like, hasn't this been confirmed? Like, this was just a very normal comment.
Stellarons? Aren't the Stellarons the work of that Lord Ravager trying
and yeah,
to
things can be similar and not be connected.
Showed her the creator of the Stellarons.
Well, I can't read.
Oh, really? Because I don't know where you got that information from. It clearly wasn't me, because once again, that is not what the text says. It says that Selenova follows the path of the Stellarons, and due to this is speculated.
Yeah, this is speculation.
The Stellarons, and maybe
this is
the
true.
One placing them around the cosmos.
It is not confirmed that she creates them.
That is stated. Where the idea came from that she created them, I have no idea. And
I think people just ran with that, and maybe like they forgot the part where the speculation part came in. Notice how none of these have double digits of likes. Yeah, again, I do think that, like, it'd be good or it'd be better for him to also show, like, actual, like, you know, like, both sides.
This is kind of funny, because if these Enigmata comments are right and the database is right, That means that Selenova is creating Stellarons, planting them around the cosmos, then following them just to place them in other places. Why would she do that? She wouldn't accomplish anything. But these comments aside, even if these speculations are true, she can just be collecting them and planting them in different places. Herta is not the only one who knows how to capture and seal a Stellaron. We learned this from Penacony. The family apparently knows how to seal Stellarons too, which is the very same path that Selenova has history with, because before becoming a Lord Ravager, Selenova was a harmonic string. See where that makes sense? I just put that together.
Also, yeah, most of these were like comments like from his short, and to be fair, like a lot of the time, like when you look at like for a short, for example, you don't really need to look that far to like get these comments, you know? Like when you scroll through like YouTube shorts, or when you scroll through comments under a short, it doesn't only show like the most liked comments at the top and then it goes, you know, it descends by most liked. That's not how they work. You can have a comment with 500 likes and then one with 2 right below. Oh, interesting figure. Fox, welcome back. Hi.
That is insane, by the way. As a Harmony Emanator, she has all the abilities the family has access to, but better. Of course she would know how to capture and steal Stellarons. It makes all the sense. Also, bit of a side note here, but remember when I raised the possibility of a double Emanator being a thing? That was a long time ago, and I got called Enigmata for that too.
Yeah, no, I still think that double Emanators can absolutely be a thing. We may not have seen it yet, or not have confirmed it yet, but I think the concept is very cool.
But now we have Selenova, who is my favorite Lord Ravager for obvious reasons, Selenova, who is actually just a double Emanator. She rose from the remains of the Eternal Centurion harmonic string. She is literally 2 Emanators in one, while looking way too much like Void Archives.
You know what, that's a fair point. I never actually paid it. You know what? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. I can kind of see that. A little bit. They've got the hair. Well, they've got a little bit of the hair.
Remember that guy? Otto's look-alike weapon that turned Welt Yang's travel buddy? That
Void
guy
Nova?
that definitely isn't Luocha? Yeah, he's out there doing who knows what, but did you know that Void Archives is the one that repaired Shush? That bartender robot? And
Selling
that
Archives.
Void Archives is a former Nameless? Crazy stuff. Luocha, Void Archives, and Selenova are 100% connected, but I can't prove it yet. But that all aside, Selenova did not create the Stellaron so far as we know, and we know full well that the Cancers of all worlds do not have an innate path affiliation, because they can tether themselves to whatever path they feel like, and for some reason do what they do the same way Yaoshi does, making me think that they are living beings that somehow came from Yaoshi. Also because Yaoshi just makes species sometimes. Looking at you, Heliobi. We already know that Aeons can just make people since Children of Anashrava exist, and they can follow whatever path they want, because Evernight chose Enigmata. And though there is a ton of uncertainty in this community,
I mean, to be fair, the Enigmata is directly connected to the Remembrance.
Why?
So,
because this is the real-life Enigmata revealed. I just wanted to make this video in response to the concerning amount of people saying the exact same thing that is in no way confirmed at this current moment. If it does get confirmed, then that means that Selenova is somehow creating Stellarons to follow their path, but also is the one placing them, which makes no sense because that means she flies around in circles. And as goofy and silly as that would be,
maybe she's just a silly gal, you know?
The general of Nanook's army and the newest of the Lord Ravagers. She's got more to do than fly around in circles playing with Stellarons that she herself made. So, as a follower of the erudition, you know that I had to bring some certainty to this.
Yeah, so this was basically like just like the last video he did as well was more so like honing in on like 1 or 2 like specific topics and you know, going into those, and they were all kind of like connected, you know, talking about like news and Ligas and Polka and whatnot, and this was like more like very like Stellaron focused, with, you know, like his own theory thrown in there. But all in all, good video. Again, I do think that for these kinds of videos, personally, I would appreciate, again, it's his content, whatever. Personally, I think it would be nice to, whenever he does videos like this, like highlight both sides, because sometimes I get that this is like supposed to like clear up some misunderstandings that people have. On the other hand, I do think it'd be nice to at least like see people who, number one, just were like respectfully questioning, you know, in the comments, instead of the, you know, like very much like cocky and overconfident people who clearly are like being bitches about it. Like this one was I wouldn't say like this one, like, how are they so confident? Like, it's literally phrased as a question. You know, aside from that kind of stuff, highlighting both sides a bit more would be nice. And again, I do think that like Nova's a cool dude, but every now and then I do think he gets a little too like locked in on his own opinion. And could be a bit more open to alternatives. But still, all in all, good video. Good video. Marsh being part Aeon and an Enigmata Emanator makes her one of the most powerful HSR characters. Part Aeon and an Enigmata Emanator. She's not an Enigmata Emanator, is she? I'm pretty sure that was not confirmed. And I wouldn't call her one of the most powerful HSR characters. I wouldn't say she's one of the most powerful. Definitely not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they never confirmed that she was an Emanator. Whoops. Hold on. Fun fact, the Silver Wolf / Bronya voice actor joined a singing contest for Hoyo when it was small to win a phone. She won first place and got a voice actor job just by singing well, and that was that. I feel like I've heard about that, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, there is speculation. There is speculation, but it was never confirmed that she is an Emanator. The way that, like, Acheron is, or something along those lines. I mean, yeah, but you don't have to be an Emanator to use a path's power. You don't have to be an Emanator to gain an Aeon's blessing and be able to use their power. That is not an Emanator exclusive thing. Not even a pseudo-Emanator exclusive thing. That's, you know, what Path Striders are there for. So we get an elation. That is not confirmed yet, but people be speculating. But it is not confirmed yet. And we don't do leaks here. I need more water. Oh. I believe she'll be revealed for that to be the case in 3.7. I mean, maybe. Will we finally... Immolation will be finally true for Sparkle? I mean, we'll probably get, like, whenever we get the elation path, she'll definitely be back yet. Yeah, people are definitely, like speculating a lot. Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's gonna be Sampo. Hey, listen. I don't mind seeing Sparkle again if they can, like, listen, as long as if they can give Sampo the Finon or Cyrene spot in the story, I don't care. Do what you want with Sparkle. Make her the first, give her an SP version, but make it like the first of the path, so she gets the you know, the first new path character treatment. I wouldn't mind that. Since Ahaz and Aeon, they probably do own a path. I mean, yeah, they are the Aeon of the elation. Anyway, that I think is going to be it for today. My dinner should be done any minute now. We might finish belobog for realsies this time tomorrow or sometime next week. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow yet. I don't know. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow probably, unless I spontaneously decide to take a day off, in which case I guess you will know. But if not, we'll be back around the same time as usual. With what exactly, I don't know yet. We'll see. Oh, dear goodness. And yeah. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Today was fun. Consider following the Blue Sky, the Twitch, the YouTube, all that stuff if you want to keep up with stream updates, shenanigans, my occasional 3 a.m. thoughts. But other than that, I wish you all a lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Let me turn the music back on while we're ending at least. Stay safe, y'all. Take care. And I may see you again tomorrow or another time. Bye-bye!